Floyd and he was me,
Yeah.
he would never have to fight again because that exhibition shit,
Yeah.
as me being his little brother, hey, little bro, we finna do 10 rounds and we both gonna get 100+ million for it.
Right.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well, I already been getting these back, but now it's time for you to get your.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word him up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Jusdueboxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Jusdueboxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Jusdueboxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Jusdueboxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Just. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his just due. Shout out to my brother Just Do, man. Much love and respect.
What's good? What's good? Salute to the family. How y'all feeling? We back to build on this boxing on this good Monday and give it his just due how we always do. You already know, man. Smash the like button on the way in, sub to the channel, turn the notifications on, share the lives, drop a comment, super chat, cash app. Most importantly, let's build on the sport of boxing, man. How we always do. Where we at on the likes? I know we gonna get to 1 million. Ace, what it do, homie? BJ, what's good with it, bro? You early? Yes, sir. Cal Cooler, my guy. Stretched out boxing. Jordan in the building. Ghetto Fab, what it do, homie? How you feeling? AJ in the building. How y'all feeling, man? Another good, another week of boxing talk, without the stress, without the aggravation, without the narratives, without the, the hit pieces and all that. Over here, we just really love this boxing. So did y'all see this weekend of fights before we get into, the current topics of today, man? We do got a pit stop and talk about these fights, man, because Erickson Lubin stepped back in the ring this past weekend. You know, Navarrete had a fight this past weekend. You know, it's actually some actual fights that took place this weekend, but I think some of these dudes ain't get the memo because I was seeing different stuff. I was like, damn, no love for Erickson Lubin. I thought people love boxing. Damn, no love for, you know, Emmanuel Navarrete or the guy that may or may not should be the winner of this fight. Damn, I'm like, how we miss all of that, man? So it was a solid weekend, man. Erickson Lubin, man, I was anticipating his return. I was glad to see him back. He was on Pro Box, and he did his thing. He was going up against undefeated Holmes, if I'm saying his name right. And it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight all the way up until it wasn't, right? You know, they had a heated back and forth. They definitely didn't like each other. It was some bad blood with that fight, but I think anytime you're able to go to war with somebody, you could put all that to the side. By the way, all that stuff fall by the wayside. So, Aldril Holmes Jr., 17-0, he was. You know, he went up in there against Erickson Lubin, and look, like I said, it was a competitive fight. I've been wanting to see Erickson Lubin get back in the mix because you know, he had a couple of raw deals in his losses. Now he took a couple of losses and people wrote him off, but you know, I think with wins like what he got this past weekend is right what he needs to move him forward. Undefeated guy, you get what I'm saying? Not the biggest name, but he don't have to be. The goal is to win. I think that was a title eliminator, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was an eliminator, y'all. It might have been. Been out the loop. Niggas lying about this weekend. More tearing down, man. We're going to talk about it, man, because it's a little update with the Brian Norman and Boot situation from Eddie, man. Ghetto Fad watching the chat saying Cunningham left Lubin. I don't know about that, but shit, I know Lubin went out there and boxed smart, though, didn't he? He boxed a good fight. Behind the Hands TV, my homie. What's good, Brody? Cash Sports, the box Dorian is in the building. Andres Casarakis, Breon Gorham, Giovanni Marquez, and Santana Draper. I love boxing. And they all fought. Like, we missed a lot of good boxing if you ain't see these fights. Shout out to Casarakis. He's starting to make a name. Shout out to Behind the Hands TV. Most City Menace is putting on. He's been making people aware of guys like Andres Casarakis, and for good reason. And if you've been paying attention to his growth and his splash that he making onto the scene, he kicking ass. He give you the kind of fight that you want. He get in there and fight. He don't want to box, right? He don't want to dance. He don't want to move. He want to fight. And he's a guy that's winning. He proven himself, and he continue to get these meaningful wins moving through his, moving forward in his career. That's gonna put him in title contention. So those are the type of guys that I root for. Fighters that we'll overlook, and because they don't have the biggest name or the name don't resonate with you, he'll fall by the wayside. But nah, shout out to guys like Behind the Hands TV, because he made me aware of Casarakis and Breon Gorham, who also got a win over this past weekend. Another good talent. If y'all not aware of those two guys, y'all, anybody in the chat, Andres Casarakis, Breon Gorham, go check them out. Even Giovanni Marquez, Santana Draper, go check them guys out, man. Go check out Behind the Hands TV if y'all interested in seeing some real boxing, narrative-free boxing, just fights. If you love the sport of boxing, that's the channel for you. Trust me. Cash Sports, the box story. And shout out to my homie Thomas Hill. Was good, bro. So yeah, it was a lot of good action this weekend, and I like it. I like the 154 division. I like the fact that Jamel Charlo, the former king of 154, is said he coming back. It's some talk about him being in a potential matchup showdown with Keith Thurman at 54. Look, I'm all for it. I just want to see good boxing, good fights. I want to be able to talk about the fights, call the fights, talk about the news, and get out the way, man. Y'all know how I do, man. So that could be a meaningful fight. A win could put either guy in position to fight for a title, to be competing for a title again. Keith Thurman trying to make his way back. He trying to establish himself at 54. What better challenge than the guy that was the king at 54 in Jamel? You know what I'm saying? But on the other hand, you got a guy that lost to Jamel, and since then he's taken one loss to Sebastian Fundora. You know what I mean? In a very spirited effort, really good competitive fight all the way up into the stoppage. But since then, people kind of wrote him off. He did get the win over Jesus Ramos. Some people felt like he shouldn't have won, but he did. And since then, he's been quietly building. Erickson Lubin found his way back in the ring again with a good opponent in Aldril Holmes. undefeated guy that was coming to win. Like I said, you seen it. If y'all didn't follow the build up, man, y'all missed it, man. Those two dudes didn't like each other. They done ran down on each other in the gym, argued back and forth. And I ain't gonna lie, they got in there and mixed it up. The only thing I could say that I was surprised by, I ain't gonna lie, I thought Holmes would fight just a bit different, because it seemed like a lot of bad blood there. It seemed like he really wanted to get at Lubin. And I'm gonna be honest, respect to him, his fight game and everything, right? He didn't take enough chances to win that fight. You can't win a fight like that, not with Lubin. You get what I'm saying? He was dictating the pace, controlling the pace of the fight. So although it was competitive, because Holmes is a competitor, he can fight, and it wasn't like he was scary. He just didn't take enough chances. He was a very economical guy in terms of like just going for it, right? And I figured with the kind of energy that he was showing towards Lubin, that he really was gonna go in there and try to go after him. But I think he was a little too conservative, a little too safe. He fought a little too safe, and that wasn't the kind of fight that was gonna produce the results he was looking for. Like, he was looking to stop this dude or win, definitely impressively, and you just couldn't do that, allowing, like I said, Erickson Lubin to dictate the pace. The guy with more experience, right? He's been in there with bigger names than yourself. So, the moment was for, Holmes to take advantage of. But, Erickson Lubin is a damn good fighter, whether people want to admit to it or not, whether they recognize it or not, he is. And I know just run-of-the-mill guys getting in there and beating Erickson Lubin. Like, let's not forget, he was looked at as one of the best not too long ago. And, losses happen. And since then, he's been on a bit of a rebuilding stage, but that's what he's doing. And the only thing you can do is control the action in the ring. That's what he did this past weekend. He went out there and got a win, and he closed the show. I like the way he closed the show. He was patient with his approach too. He fought very patient in this fight. Some would say, like, they wanted to see him do more, but you can't complain about the results. So I understand their approach because I see what the results was. So he was in there with a guy that could be a bit tricky, right? And he didn't want to fall asleep at the wheel. He's taken losses in the past, getting hit with shots that he didn't see. And I think he just wanted to make for sure that none of that stuff happened in this particular fight. So I think his approach was very strategic and smart, and he didn't rush his work. He took his time, and I mean, he pretty much got his guy, he picked and poked, took what his guy gave him until that opening created itself. And what I got from Lubin this past weekend, that performance was the prime example of what happened when you don't force the knockout, like when you don't go looking for it and it come. That's one of those. Like, if that's the perfect explanation of that fight. He didn't force anything. He didn't overexert himself, right? He didn't make any real silly mistakes, no rookie mistakes, none of that, right? It was a good fight, a smart fight from him. And that's what you want moving forward. Like, you got to think, man, you get older, you get smarter. It's not all about fighting harder. You got to fight smarter. And that's what Lubin was doing. I think he fought in a way that allowed him to dictate the pace, control the action, and win rounds. So he was checking the boxes. Meanwhile, he was letting his hands go enough where he would always make sure Holmes knew he was there, right? He'll always land something of note and keep the fight interesting. So I think his punching power, I think his boxing acumen, I think, his overall experience, it kept Holmes constantly trying to figure it out, bro. He had a tough time. And people probably won't talk about this fight. They're going to overlook it for some narrative shit, but we're going to talk some real boxing. That dude fought in a way that would guarantee him the win, but meanwhile still giving you some entertainment, but allowing you, if you really looking for the right shit, to know that he learned from these past fights. I can't go in here and be careless. I can't go in here and take chances. I can't afford unnecessary chances. I can't afford to go in here and get hit with stupid shots. This need to be a clean performance, and I'm trying to get to that title shot. And that's what he did. And then when after doing all his work for 10 rounds straight, he get to the 11th round, and that opening presented itself, and he took it. And he stopped Holmes. He stopped him on his feet, but he stopped him, bro. He took the fight to him, man. Great win for Erickson Lubin. If you're a fan of the 154 division, if you're a fan of Lubin or boxing, period, you happy to see him get that win, man. Shout out to Holmes. I know he could bounce back just like a good fighter, right? Pretty sure he can learn from this, but again, for Lubin, it's on to the next, and that's a good win for him. That's a really good win. I want to see what's the next fight for him, of course, because, You know, I want to see him at one point in his career get to raise his hand and call himself a champion, man. I think he deserves it. He's been putting in that work. He ain't quit on himself. Like I said, people have been counting him out since the Fundora loss, but he's been quietly building and winning. So, and that's what you want to see a guy do. And on to the next for this dude, man. Shout out to my dude, Judah Vision, man. Yeah, T.O. gonna get cooked a little bit today, too, because he back under the hot seat. He tried to talk his way out, but it ain't working. Shout out to Judah Vision, man. He knocked out Cody Dawn and Tootsie Roll, man. He's playing old school. Shout out to my homie. I had to agree with Norman's on this situation. I need to adjust a fight, boost it to his upcoming fight. See, we got. We're gonna talk about it. Old school. Shout out to my homie for sure. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about it. Dante's boxing talk. Shout out to you. Shout out to old school, man. I got to rock with Lubin. There's fighters out there getting more credit and respect for much less. You get me? And that's why I say, man, I'm glad Behind the Hands came in here because he was at the fights. He was able to call the fights. He recorded the fights, should I say. So he got the fights on his channel. If you want to see Casa Rockets, Marquez, Santana Draper, Breon Gorham, all those guys he just mentioned, you could go see their fights, man. They definitely deserve the light shined on them. I'm glad he's one of the guys out there in Houston shining a light on his city, and they need it. They deserve it. It ain't like, they just the hometown guys, and I'm telling y'all to go watch them because they from where I'm. No, they what you want in a fighter. Breon Gorham is a young talent, and I really think he could be a world champion. Same thing with Casarakis with hard work, determination, his grit, will, and he can fight. As y'all like to say, y'all like people that like to fight. He can fight. He's entertaining. He gonna get in there and give you what you're looking for. And he definitely gonna try to break you down. You get what I'm saying? Smart guy, committed guy. He's confident, but he work hard. That's somebody you want to support. Breon Gorham, the same thing. It's that type of talent. The Santana Drapers, people will overlook those type of fighters. Just go check them out on the channel if y'all want to see some boxing. That's all. You get me, Big Soldier. What it do? Teal should be fighting Norman. Yeah, you should. 2 cents. What's good with it? Team Sly. What's good with it, fam? How you feeling? Shout out to everybody, man. Hit that like button. Support the grind. Mr. Empire. What it do, homie? We're going to keep building, back. We're going to keep building. So, look, Lubin had a good win over an undefeated opponent. Like I said, a lot of people might not talk about that today, but I ain't a lot of people. And that's a good fight. That's a good win for the 154 division. On to the next. Like I said, I think that was some type of eliminator or something. I had to check my notes or my messages to make sure. You know what I mean? But really good win for Lubin, and he closed the show. Most importantly, he got a TKO stoppage in the 11th round. You know what I mean? Great fight. Yeah, and it was eliminated. That's why it was 12 rounder. So, yeah, well, you could expect hopefully to see Lubin in a title opportunity, title shot soon, real soon. Darrell Val Saint fought good on this card too, man. He's another one. He got a stoppage. Val Saint is nice, man. That's somebody y'all want to keep an eye on too, man. Darrell Val Saint is nice. Emmanuel, what it do, homie? And Lubin out box Bagram and the Russian boogie, man. Hey, Big Soldier, that's a tough, tall task. Bagram a dog, bro. Bagram a dog, and not only like he got good punching power, but his punch output. You know what I mean? His punch output, his activity is problematic for guys. Like you seen the kind of issues that it gave. What's his name? Virgil. You get what I'm saying? You see what kind of issues it gave him. But look, Chuck does have a kind of style though that I mean, you talking about, pardon me, Mortazalia. I'm tripping. Pardon me. You talking about Mortazalia. I don't know why I mixed their two names up. I was thinking about Boachuk. I don't know why. But Bakram Mortazalia is dangerous. He tough, but I think all these guys could be beatable, right? I think all these guys could be beat. What I'm saying is at the top of 54 and even right under the top, enough of those guys mix it up, they can take losses. So at 54, there's no set in stone winner. Like it's hard to really just pick one of the guys out of the hat and say, yo, he gonna run the table, right? Anybody has the opportunity to win there, the top guys, and or lose. Get what I'm saying? You've seen Jermell Charlo lose before, but you've seen him get it back, right? You've seen him take over the division, right? But you've seen the belts fall by the wayside. You know what I mean? You've seen flashes of championship caliber talent in several of these guys, right? But it's just a matter of putting it all together on the night and the opportunities that they get and or take advantage of. You get what I'm saying? And that's why I say with a win like what Lubin got, that puts him in a position to be able to challenge for a title again. And that's what he wants. But background dangerous, man. Shout out to my dog, man, Ryan. boxing talk up north, man. How you feeling, homie? Can't wait for Boots to move up. He's too talented. He gonna get there. He'll get there, bro. He'll get there. Shout out to my boxing mom, Barbara D. How you feeling? Always good to see you in the building. You know, always good. But yeah, man, Boots will get there though. Boots will get there eventually. But let's not rush him there because he in position, bro. And that's why I'm gonna talk about that a little bit today too. But just wanted to briefly make sure I shed light on the fact that some boxing actually took place this weekend, and I don't want y'all to think I just overlooked it all. You know what I mean? You had a number of guys go out there and get good wins, like I said, from Lubin to Darrell Val Saint, Nicholas Floss. He fought Naji Lopez, another one, light heavyweight to keep an eye on. Naji Lopez went out there, got a second round stoppage, man. He put the beats by Dre on his guy. Heavy hands. Just if you watch Naji Lopez and his growth, bro, he is a guy that you could say get better every single fight. And I mean that. You can see it, bro. You can see the continuous growth. He just make realistic strides in his career. And that's to me is a championship level fighter at a point. Because you get what I'm saying? That's the at least mentality or growth. He moving in the right direction too. I could easily see him fighting for a title and winning. I could in due time when he get his opportunity because he trending in the right direction. Like I said, you just want to see a fighter continue to get better from one fight to the next. And that's realistically what he's doing. He's doing everything he's supposed to be doing. And I think he's getting the results on a consistent level. He going out there, he handling his work, and he looking good doing it, man. Shout out to Naji Lopez, man. He got it, man. He can scrap. He can scrap, bro. He's one of those guys to keep an eye on. Bomac had a guy on his card, Levante Early. He was undefeated, not at this past weekend. He was fighting Jorge De Jesus. They ended up giving it to Jorge. I thought Levante Early outboxed this kid. I thought he did the better work throughout the entire fight, but De Jesus was constantly in it because he was always punching back. You get what I'm saying? He was always trying to have an answer. He was never out to fight, but I definitely thought Levante Early should have got the nod. Bomac stay with some talent, man. That's a guy to keep an eye on too. And even though he took a loss, it's definitely somebody you should want to watch. You get what I'm saying? I like his talent. He got some skill for sure, man. Bomac might got him one, man. That was a close ass decision right there, but I definitely thought they should have got the nod. For sure, man. So we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Shout out to Greg Hackett, man, going out there getting a UD too. GHB TV. Yeah, he put on. He went out there and got him a UD too, man. Shout out to Greg, man. It's gonna be a problem. Yeah, Greg. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Darrell Val Saint, he is. The Butcher, what it do, homie? How you like the female trainer and her guy? Who you talking about? Which female? It's a couple of them. It's a couple. It's not a whole lot. It's a couple of female trainers, though. It's not a lot. Boots got one in his corner. And I believe, didn't Ronnie Shields have one in his corner, too? Garcia. Who Garcia? Well, I'm not registering. Shout out to LaMarcus. Am I registering? Which fight are you talking about? The female trainer Garcia. Which card? Maybe I'm tripping because I was just talking about this Pro Box card. You talking about the Top Rank card? Did I miss something? Because I could have missed something. I could have missed something. Man, what the hell? I don't know why. My bad. I was just tripping for a second. You're talking about the Top Rank? Hold on. Let me pull this card up real fast. I know what you're talking about. He fought on the Top Rank. Yeah, you talking about the Top Rank card. You talking about Alan Garcia. That's what you talking about, Alan? Took me a second, bro. Thrill Hill took me a second. Yeah, because Boots got a cut one. It threw me off because I was talking about the Pro Box card. I'm like, you talking about the Top Rank card? It had to be the top ranked card. Yeah, you talking about Garcia. Cornelius was good player. Was good. Listen, I feel like this as far as the women being in the corner. They need more shine. I think they're capable as well. They just need opportunities. I'm all for it. I'm all for seeing it. I don't mind. You talking about Allen. Okay. Yeah, it took me. You threw me off. I was like, huh? Garcia fought in his car. I should have knew you was talking about the top ring. It took me a second. I'm like, Garcia. I'm looking down the whole car. Like, hold on. Did I miss somebody? Yeah, you talking about Garcia. Yeah, but shout out to Pro Box. Another good card. A couple decisions that I wasn't a fan of. Like I said, I thought that early kid definitely won. I think it was one more that it was a little questionable, but that one, the most notable, I thought he should have got the win for sure. Levante, Bomac stayed with some good talent, and that was my first time seeing that guy fight. He did a good job. Boots and Norman, stupid Barrios. Nah, we're gonna get to that, but real quick before we do, we got to touch on the top rank card because it was a few fights on there. I mean, Giovanni Santillan, when he back in the winning side of things, he got him a UD. The last time we seen him, it was against B. Norman. B. Norman stopped him, punched the fight up out of him. So always good to see a guy be able to bounce back and get a win. Alan Garcia did fight on the card. The young Alan Garcia, he did get a win in the 8-rounder UD. Who else was on this card, man? Andres Cortez. That's not the Cortez I think about, man. The main event was the fight I wanted to talk about the most. Shout out to Shay. How you feeling, Queen? Boots cut one me out. Trish Color. Appreciate you. Yeah, it is Albright's mother. It is. Shout out to Shay. We appreciate you. It is. Where's Rashidi Ellis? He been doing some interviews, man. He's fighting in the TCL. He's fighting in the TCL. But Emmanuel Navarrete fought, man. He fought this past weekend, man. He fought Charlie Suarez, 18-0 Charlie, man. And look, this was a good fight. It was your typical Navarrete kind of fight to me, but it ended due to a cut. And they said it was from a clash of heads. And I think Charlie got a bad deal. I think we obviously seen a replay. And it clearly wasn't a clash of heads. It was from a punch. Navarrete, I think they're just big on him. I think the name, they just want to keep pushing him. I think that's why he got the benefit of the doubt. I made a comment on Twitter, and look, I ain't trying to knock nobody, but I watch boxing. So you telling me Navarrete could get cut on top, by his eye somewhere. You get what I'm saying? He can get cut up by his eye somewhere, right? Where is it? Did I have a picture? I had one. He had a nasty little cut, right? It was nasty, but you look, if you could see where the cut is at, it's up there. I ain't saying the blood in his eye, but I've seen worse. I seen Badu Jack fight with a split in his forehead. I've seen Arthur Better B fight with a hole in his head. Tim Tszyu with a hole in his head. Like, y'all get what I'm saying? Tyson Fury cut with Otto Wallin was wild. That cut was so wild they didn't even want to stop it because it would have been in, Wallin's favor because I think it came from a punch, not a butt. If these bogus ass dudes ruled this from a butt instead of a punch, and we seen a replay and a punch landed, and then he started bleeding immediately. So I'm like, how did y'all get a punch from that? I didn't see it. So I think Suarez should be the damn the winner of this fight, bro. I think Navarrete was supposed to lose this weekend, bro. I think he was. Listen, he might have been winning the fight, outboxing this dude, but he's very hittable, beatable. I don't like his technique and different things. I don't like his style too much, but he's dangerous with the style because it works for him. But they clearly went with the more popular guy, the guy that they pushing, and Navarrete. Like, I seen it, bro. That was a punch. He landed a clean ass punch and dudes start leaking. And y'all gonna stop it? Nah, y'all stop this shit. Y'all save Navarrete. Like, where was this energy? You get what I'm saying? I don't get it. When Tim Tszyu had a hole in his head. And it was on a vein, and y'all should have known they wasn't going to be able to stop that blood. Y'all let that man fight the whole rest of the way. Tim Tszyu lost a half a body worth of blood in the ring. Y'all continue to let him fight. Better be. It looked like an animal attacked him. You get what I'm saying? Badu Jack looked like he been in a damn automobile accident the way his shit was split and leaking. And y'all let it rock. Y'all let all them dudes rock. They lost all that blood in the ring. So Navarrete, I ain't even going to diss him. His wild fighting ass, he throwing uppercuts from grandma's basement, and he get caught with some clean shit, and it split open, and then y'all save him. Then y'all rule it by a butt, and then it give him the win. I just can't rock with that, man. That shit need to stop for boxing. We're aware people are waking up. We see what's going on. Stop doing it. We get it. Navarrete, the more popular guy. You like, man, Charlie who? Yeah, but we ain't hearing that, man. He was 18-0. He fought his ass. He fought well. He never quit. He was looking hurt at certain points. He kept fighting. He kept finding a way. And he finally landed a shot that really should have paid dividends. That cut, either that fight continue and he got to fight his way with that cut, or y'all stop it and get a win in Suarez, because it ain't no way in hell Navarrete was supposed to get his hand raised. I hate decisions like this. I don't care if he's more popular. I don't care. That style, somebody is going to beat him. He beatable. Yeah, that shit dangerous, but he beatable, man. Y'all know it. You just seen it. Look at this man body. He don't do nothing. Like, I don't know what. Emmanuel Navarrete look like he get right up off the couch, out of bed, and go straight to the boxing ring. I swear he do. This man look like he don't work out or do nothing. He look crazy. Look at him. He damn near had love handles, bro. Was he even in shape for real? I'm trying to figure it out. Like, was he all the way in shape for real though? Nah, I don't know, man. They can't be belling dudes out, bro. This dude got a damn body like a old ass uncle or something, bro. Nah, man, they can't be belling dudes out, man. Good fight by both guys, but y'all, man, like, bro had love handles. Is he in shape? Like, what's happening? Yo, Charlie Suarez, that was my first time ever seeing him fight. I will watch him again. I will support him again, but that's wild. It's no shame or no slight to Navarrete. He can't control what the judges do. But, bro, we can't be giving guys wins like that. We can't. Y'all got replay. There is no excuse to rule a cut, a butt, and you can just go back and watch it. There's no, I don't care what y'all say, man. That need to be implemented across. I don't care where they fighting at. If a cut happens and y'all don't know if a punch caused it, what's the harm in replaying it, making sure you get it right? Somebody, even if you got to get it right in between rounds, get that shit right, bro. Charlie should have got his hand raised. But people ain't going to talk about this. But I guess who they'll talk about? Y'all know who. Y'all know who they'll talk about. They ain't going to talk about all this boxing that happened, but they're going to talk about a certain you-know-who. And then when they talk about that shit ain't going to have nothing to do with boxing. But we ain't going to talk about he got a job. What they call it? Job? He got a job in real time. Like, I know this picture could have been anything, but the picture almost make it look, don't it look like he caught him with some shit? Look at the right glove in the picture, y'all. Don't it look like he caught Navarrete with some shit and split him? That's what really happened, though. He did. It was a clean punch. I seen the replay. They showed it multiple times, and I seen the blood. I'm like, that's simple as day. And then they're going to rule it a butt? I'm like, yeah, they doing it. Yo, y'all can't keep doing that, bro. I can't keep doing that. It's time for some new blood to win. Charlie wanted to win too. What about his family and shit? What about his fan base? It don't matter. So he ain't work hard because he looked like he was in better shape than this dude. I'm serious, bro. Bro looked like he climbed fresh out of bed, bro. I'm sick of this. Yo, nah, bro. You don't. Why do you have love handles? Either you out of shape or you definitely not fighting where you should be at. And y'all robbing people? Man, y'all, you can't do that. Shout out to Navarrete. I know you didn't do it, bro. But nah, buddy was on your ass. You was hurting him. It looked like you could have been up in the fight. But that cuts change shit. We seen it a lot. And what it looked like y'all did was y'all try to save him, bro. Y'all try to save him. Nah, it's from a butt. Don't do that. He had 4 more rounds to go. Y'all gonna stop that shit in the 8th. Y'all knew what y'all was doing. Because he was unraveling. See, that's what was going on. He was unraveling. See, all that 6-pack that he drunk 2 weeks before training camp, that shit started to come back. See what I'm saying? His ass is out drinking 6-packs, and Charlie was working. You get what I'm saying? And then he worked in the fight. He landed a punch, and then y'all take it from him? Damn, bro. I know he frustrated as hell. Navarrete, I hope you ain't. I wasn't even paying attention. Did he put that sombrero on him? I wasn't even looking. I hope he ain't put the sombrero on. Don't put no sombrero on me after I just split your shit to the white meat, and then they gonna stop it talking about we butted heads. I'm not having it, bro. Nah, it was a scrappy fight. You know, it was a typical like Navarrete type of fight, but he had a dude that was really fighting back, and one of his punches paid dividends, and they took it from him. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. Just replay it. See, like, oh shit, a punch did land. Okay, hey man, either you continue, or he win. Which either you gotta fight with this cut and hold on to your victory, or he win. You can't find an easy way out for him and get the call wrong. That's like y'all just shitted on Charlie, all his work he put in, man. That was a legit punch. Yeah, did y'all see this fight? Because I seen it was bloody, but bro, he caught him. Was it a right hand? He definitely caught him. It was blood. I seen it immediately. I'm like, yeah, man. You gotta lay off them kegs, Navarrete. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Lay off them kegs, bro. You've been drinking 2 weeks out from the fight. I'm telling you, them 6-packs. See it all in his stomach. Bro ass was up at 35 and then came back down. Got the nerve to have love handles, bro. He tripping. Paid him for what it do, fam. Tell you what's good, bro. Al Cheeks in the building. What's good, bro? Samuel, what's good, family? Hey, Beezy, what it do? Yeah, why you got love handles? What's going on, USA? He tripping. Now I'm like, yo, nah, you was getting work. All I'm trying to say, y'all, is Charlie looked like he was in better shape. Navarrete is a odd specimen. Physically, he's an odd built guy. Like he don't train. And I'm obviously like being sarcastic, but bro, he don't look like he do nothing. Like he might do some road work and that's it. Bro ain't doing nothing. He looked like his body don't understand what a calisthenic is. If he tried to do it, wouldn't even work. His body is just shut down. He got the kind of body that if he got in a push-up position, it just his body is shut down. It wouldn't even work. His body won't allow him to do nothing extra physical besides cardio and eat, bro. I'm telling you. That boy getting a pull-up position, he just gonna fall off the bar, bro. I'm telling you, body gonna shut down. Malfunction, bro. I'm telling you. Bro, don't lie and tell me he do no crunches and no sit-ups. Don't sit here and lie, bro. He do road work and he eat. That's it. He don't lift no weights. He don't do nothing. No crunches. You get what I'm saying? Hey, he don't do no push-ups, bro. Bro don't do nothing. He just eat and run. That's it. You know what I'm telling you, that shit catching up. You see them little love handles, that big-ass tattoo. Tattoo look like it gained weight because he got a love handle. He tripping, bro. He don't work. But with all that being said, he'd get in there and throw an uppercut from his grandmother's basement, and it'll hit you. And he'd throw an uppercut from grandma's basement and punch you in your shit. He'd do it. But I really thought the cut happened from a punch, bro. I thought they took it from Charlie, man. I do. Navarrete is he one of those guys where his style work for him is dangerous. He throw weird punches on weird angles. But I think it's a certain style that'll really neutralize what he likes to do. I think that's why they match him up the way they do. I think it kind of backfired with the Denny's Baranchik fight. That didn't go as planned. And then they move him back down. They put him in the fight, and they kind of bailed him out here. Baranchik was able to get it off on him. Not so much for Charlie. I don't think they wanted him to lose a second straight fight. And it's cool for you to go up in the weight class where you don't plan on being at. You take a loss. But I think this is where he made his bones down there, and they didn't want him to take another loss. And I think they took it from Charlie. It's unfortunate, but that's what they did. Blue Hustle, man, what it do? He said, allergic sit up. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, K was good with it. Blue Hustle, man. You love it. KO was good with it. I'm telling you, put a dumbbell in front of him, it's over. It's over, bro. Tell you, but he throw them punches. I don't know how. So he is strangely built, oddly built individual. But all that being said, he got a unique style and it works for him. It's dangerous and it's effective. But this past Saturday, I thought he was in there with a guy that was hungry. That for whatever he lacked in skill, he had in determination. He definitely had no quit. He had some moments where it looked tough in there. It looked like it was getting rough in there, and he figured it out. He found a way to just keep fighting, right? So I respect Charlie Suarez, but I just don't think guys like Navarrete, bro, you got to whoop his ass. Like, they not giving you no win. Like, just beating him up and getting it all, that's not enough. You got to, like, stop him or something. It's unfortunate, but you got to stop him. So I don't know if Buddy got the memo, but that he fought a good fight. Shout out to him. That was my first time, I think, seeing him fight. I don't remember ever seeing Charlie Suarez fight before this, but good fight for him. shout out to Navarrete. And that's why I say situations like this, like you said, it's all about the money. Just follow the money. Not the money is with Navarrete. Like, who is Charlie who? And that's what they're going to be saying. So the hell with his undefeated record, everything he put on the line, all the work he put in. He actually did sit-ups in his training camp. He actually did cardio and shit. No, I'm just joking, man. They killed my guy, man. But they took it from him. But let's see, man. Navarrete is who he is at 130. He gonna be down there, I guess, until they put him in there with somebody that's gonna beat him, you know. But it is what it is. Yeah, he got the tapeworm. Tapeworm is crazy. He somehow, 3-division champ with a good resume. Yeah, he is, bro. He is. So I wanna make sure, even though I'm joking about the physique, because I'm just telling some jokes, but he is. He do look like he get right out of bed and just get in the gym. He don't look like he work out, no crazy training camp and nothing, but he throw a lot of punches. He effective. He's accomplished, and I respect it. I respect it, but you know, it wasn't to no fault of his own this past weekend. But you know, I definitely thought he Charlie should have got the nod. I thought that punch caused the cut, and they kind of bailed him out with like 4 rounds to go. I don't think they wanted him to fight with it. I think it would have definitely affected him down the stretch. It was already affecting him. You could see how he was looking, bleeding a lot, and that's their bailout plan. Oh, they already didn't expect for him probably to be in a position where he'd have to be cut like that anyway, let alone are they going to make him fight through it in a fight where they could just try to make a case that he was up on the cards and say, yo, he won, instead of calling it what it was. So the minute they said headbutt, I was like, yeah, the fix was in. Unfortunately, that's what that was. Popular man got the nod. Shout out to Big Dog Willie. Said boxing on some BS. Popularity is the biggest issue with boxing. Taking knees are legal for certain fighter. Having an interview on Breakfast Club is illegal. Take versus Jake Paul, November 22nd, 2025. Big Dog ain't letting up. He said what he said. And shout out to you, homie. Appreciate all the support.
And we ain't never got to box again. Well,
Right.
well. I already been getting these bet, but now it's time for you to get your just due.
I mean, I feel you, Big Dog, man. I'll tell you what. I'll say this. I've never seen such a concentrated effort in all of my life to demonize a certain fighter. And I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Like I told you, man, it's some of the stuff I can't even bring up this shit that I see. But you keep your eyes open, you will see like what starts to separate after a while is the ones that really love boxing versus the ones that like certain guys and they like to go. It's nasty, bro. I've been seeing a lot of it. I was just talking to Caleb. I've been seeing tons of it. Twitter is the worst place in the world. I swear it is. It's the worst place in the world. Randall, what it do, homie? Rosilla said Navarrete is trash. Nah, I don't think so. Shout out to Money Brown. I don't think he trash. I don't care for his style, but he's not trash. He's effective with his style and it works for him, but a certain particular kind of fighter would beat him. I think they understand that. They know it. That's why they keep him out of there with certain people. And it is what it is. It's a matchmaking thing. It's not about being scared, right? I think their job as matchmakers is to put him in fights that he could win. For us, every now and then we'll get a fight where it's a real risk for them and they could possibly lose. But if you're a Navarrete, you're going to move him how you want. Shout out to Money Brown. What's good with it, bro? This zone got me for a whole year. I called it and jumped on him. Did it? Took him 6 times to make weight. Did it? Damn. Navarrete? Who it took 6 times to make weight? That's wild. See? That's them love. I told you I want them burritos and them 6-packs, bro. I'll take that back. I don't know if you eat burritos or drink, but I'm just saying. Look like you was eating and chilling. That's the physique of a person that was chilling not too long ago. That's what I'll say. I don't give a damn what you say. Ain't gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me that's the physique of a man that went in there and killed it in training camp for 8-10 weeks. You ain't about. Don't go ahead. Don't lie to me, bro. I don't just tell me he got through it, but don't tell me that's the body of a guy that gave it all he got. Bro was still eating good, man. 6 times is outrageous, bro. That's bogus, man. 6 times is crazy. Goodness. God damn, they gave you that many times to make weight. And you know why. Why would they do that? Why would they do such a thing? What title was that? The IBF? Oh, hold on. Yeah, his WBO title. Yeah, of course. That's why. So he wouldn't lose it on the scale. Did he still come in overweight though? 6 times he would. 6 times is crazy. Yeah, they started bailing him out before the fight even started, bro. Eric was good with a fan. People had to be wrong and hate on, educated even more in the social media. Had to be wrong. Hate on being educated even more on social media, man. It's a cesspool, man. It's a cesspool. Twitter is like that's a circus full of clowns measuring to see who got the biggest nose and who could stand out the most. I swear that's where a lot of my energy come from, because I see a lot of stuff. It'd be like, at this point, I would love to see some of those people see if they can make channels with how negative they call boxing. It's weird, man. I can't watch it no more. I gotta start blocking people. I gotta remember it's a block button, bro. I gotta remember. But let's keep building, y'all. Navarrete, like I said, man, he got a bit of a gift. It's to no fault of his own. He could only handle what he could handle. That's him going out there fighting. He fought his typical fight. He had a guy that was pretty game, that was fighting back. He looked hurt. He looked fatigued at times, but he kept fighting. He kept trying to find a way. He got one of those wild shots in there, and I think that's what opened up the cut, like I said. And had it been ruled correctly, I think he would be the winner. I think he'd be the new WBO champion. You get what I'm saying? I think he'd be the new WBO super featherweight champion. That's what I think. So Navarrete, he lived to fight another day. But let's keep rolling. We had Raymond Muratalla that people keep talking about on this card, right? I like Raymond Muratalla. Nothing bad to say about the kid. He can fight. He's talented, all that good stuff. He got a hell of a trainer in Robert Garcia. But if I'm going to be 100% honest with y'all, if any of the champions at 135 had the performance that he had this weekend, I don't think nobody cares about it. It just, he won. I don't take, me, I give everybody just do. He handled business. He won. I don't think it was up for grabs in terms of who actually won the fight. He definitely controlled the fight. He won the fight. But look, I'm gonna say this. They keep asking him about certain names. I've heard people say Shakur ducking him. I've heard people say Keyshawn ducking him. I don't think that. I don't think that for one bit. His performance this weekend doesn't make me feel like he beats neither of them guys, either the champions. Respectfully, I think that's why he's going the route that he's going the IBF route. I think he said something about Lomachenko. It's hard to be in the world of boxing and not know that Lomachenko got some issues with his back. That alone, maybe it's a chance he don't know. I don't know. But if you're thinking Lomachenko and not one of the other champions, I mean, I don't know. So I think Loma is going to vacate. I think they're going to end up upgrading him or having somebody fight for the vacant title, something like that. I don't see Lomachenko fighting him at all. Lonnie, what it do, homie? Forever G's, what's good? Shout out to Jersey. Navarrete just getting ready to be some springboard. Yeah. So Samuel, I'm going to play a little clip from Raymond Muratalla. I'm not trying to knock him. I'm not, I'm very consistent. It's just, we hold all these guys to a standard, right? We've heard the noise. We heard the conversations about fighting Shakur or fighting Keyshawn. That'd be a good fight. I don't think Shakur gonna get it, obviously, because he on top rank. But the fact that don't sound like he cared too much about fighting Keyshawn. He mentioned Loma. I feel like Loma is not active and he ain't not in the mix. And think about it. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if Raymond Muratalla is in the know the way we are because we follow boxing. But he had to know that Loma was slated to fight Tank and didn't for X amount of reasons. He had to kind of know this. So he already didn't fight Tank. And that'd be a more lucrative opportunity for him. He didn't take that one. I don't see him fighting you either. If the issue was his back and it still is his back, I don't see why he fights you either. So I don't know about that. I just didn't like the fact that he didn't entertain. He didn't sound the way Humble Dragon, what it do? Yeah, he didn't sound the way I needed it to sound. It sounded like Lomachenko. Like that's just not a you can't count him as a real opponent right now because you don't know what he's doing. So you just gotta assume. I mean, look, fighting Loma ain't no walk in the park. Let me be clear. Let me say that. If for some strange reason Loma were to accept a fight with Raymond Muratalla, which I don't think he will, he would have a chance in that fight. Those last couple performances from Raymond Muratalla, man, his size maybe would give him the best chance because Loma's a smaller guy. Raymond Muratalla look like a bigger 35-pounder. He like he carries some weight, some muscle. Got a wide ass back, so I don't know. Maybe his size would be his best attribute against Loma, man. Going into a fight like that, but I don't see it. You get what I'm saying? Loma have a really good chance. If he could be healthy, he have a really good chance at winning that fight. So let me say that it's not like it'll be an easy fight if Loma were to take it, but in the eyes of the people, being that he's an inactive champion that's not fighting, people don't really think that that's a guy that you should be actively seeking out. Talking about, yeah, let's fight. Like, the Keyshawn guy that you said is don't got no chin and he easy. That's the dude that people want to hear you calling out. Jado was good with it, bro. Was good with it. Jamel was good, fam. How you feeling? So I'm gonna play it. Y'all hit the like button, man. We gonna keep building. I'm gonna play the video from Raymond, man. Shout out to Sean's Attel, man. He interviewed Raymond. Let's see what he had to say.
Gabriel, you want to join us too?
Raymond, congratulations on the win, man. Just tell us, just what were you seeing in there? It was a very kind of like tit-for-tat fight, kind of heated up towards the end as well.
Yeah, I mean, he was a tough guy, man. We knew that coming in. He had a strong guard. It's hard to really break the guard, but I did what I had to do to win, and my champion.
You look sharp. You look good. I feel like he was being very defensive as well. He wasn't giving you a whole lot of opportunities. Did you kind of do what you wanted in there? Was whatever you were working on in camp, was it kind of like executed in the fight?
Yeah, that was kind of the job line. I was just trying to pick him apart and try to find openings, and we did it.
You worked beautifully off the jab. You were connecting with your uppercuts. Were you surprised at all that he kept just eating that? Because you hit him flush a couple times and he just kept coming in.
We chased you down.
We knew he was going to come to fight him. We knew he was going to fight. We knew he had that good guard. And all I can do is just keep beating him.
How would you compare your first title win to Keyshawn's from about 6-7 weeks ago? You guys are both undefeated champions now. People will compare how you guys.
We'll fight his ass. We're going to fight his ass when we get to him. We're going to get him. We're going to get him. He's on our list. We're definitely going to fight him. And you're Sean, right?
Yes.
You're the one that put on that little article, just your little part, instead of the whole thing.
Well, which one? Oh, about Peter?
Yeah, that Keyshawn.
When Peter started coming out the ring talking crazy and I got it on camera because there was none but cameras around, including ESPN.
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
We'll get him. He'll get his chance. We're not going to duck anybody.
You just said the list. Break down.
So y'all going to get child chance. Y'all need to
I got Lomachenko next. So that's the main focus right now. Who's bigger than Lomachenko? Whoever after that, don't matter. Of course, if he wasn't coming back, he should have said it already. He's probably working out. We don't know what he's doing. We got to be ready for him. He is the hardest fighter from all of them, and he is the most. He has the most fame. I would love for my son to share the ring with Lomachenko. Anybody else? Lomachenko, legendary.
There's a possibility though that he may not come back and then you'll become the full-fledged champion. We've had that with Benavidez recently. Everybody called him an email champion at the time. How disappointing would it be to you if Lomachenko doesn't come back and that happens to you?
Who's next? That'll suck, but what can I do about it? Can't really do nothing about it. We've been calling these guys out. Who's next?
When do you plan on fighting Lomachenko? When do you have an idea?
You guys gotta talk to Top Rank about that. Whenever they have it set up, I'll be ready.
I have two questions for you. Number one, Abdullah usually in fights comes on late. Were you kind of worried about that he was going to come on late in the fight? Was that something that you were kind of thinking about?
Yeah, I was prepared for anything. Anything that he was coming for, I was prepared for it, and we did that. We knew he was going to come on the 19th and every 12th.
Shout out to Sean.
Like, you've been around for so long. How have you developed, and what were some of the things that you feel that you've gotten to prove on the walking stretch?
Just overall, just speed, power, forward, everything. We just work on everything with robbery.
I'm going to talk about it soon as it's over, money. You hear? I don't like the way it sounds.
With the crowd tonight, and everybody was backing you up. how were you able to just compartmentalize and keep the not letting the emotions get to you and getting off your game plan?
Yeah, but man, look, I ain't got to play the rest of that. It wasn't that long anyway. It was only a couple more minutes, but that's the gist of what people was talking about out of all that stuff he said. The rest of it is just, it is what it is. Now, look, just want to be fair to the kid. I don't think these fighters are scared of anybody. Let me start out by saying that. I'm very consistent about that. But you much rather, I guess I don't know, it's the fight fan in me and my selfish that I want to hear him focus on guys that I see are actively still fighting and competing and at a top level, a guy that they keep mixing his name up with that's in the Keyshawn Davis that's on top rank. I know it's not all up to him anyway, so it don't necessarily make no sense for him to have to call him out if he's not fighting him. So I could understand to a degree why Robert Garcia would, speak to him and say, man, don't even address that to a degree, but you got to kind of understand that this is boxing and that's what they're going to ask you about. Like the dude was quick to ask you about comparing your performance to Keyshawn's, and look, I'm going to be honest with you. It's a little bit different. It's his performance. He fought who he fought. You fought who you fought. He fought the legit champion in Baranchik and he destroyed him. You fought, Zaur, Abdullayev, and only guy to beat him was Devin Haney at the time. So he was fighting a guy that only lost once. But I just think Keyshawn is a more consistent, fan-pleasing performer out of the two. I think he's performed more consistently with the fights that he has. Respectfully, Raymond Muratalla, he's 22-0. He got more fights than Keyshawn, but I think Keyshawn has made more noise with less fights. I think he's been moved a different way, obviously, with being a silver medalist. And I think you could kind of see it. So even with less, I think he's done more with less. But look, make no mistake, Raymond Muratalla is very talented. He on his way. Do I feel like he beat Keyshawn if they were to fight next? No. After what I just seen, and not just that fight, it's been a couple fights before that, fights in a row. Just something that's missing from his game to me that I feel like Keyshawn has. And I think it'll show if they were to fight. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I don't think Raymond Muratalla is ducking shit. He might be being told that, look, focus on Loma, right? You hear the way it sound, right? It partially sound like that's what he being told. But then on one end, it do sound like they're being hopeful because his dad, I don't know, he could be training. We don't know what he doing. We got to be ready for him. And I get that. Because you just did pick up the, an interim IBF belt. So the next likely thing would be to focus on the guy that has the full IBF championship. So let's be clear about that. I don't think it's a weak thing to fight Loma. Let me be clear. But I think just looking at it and the fans hearing how he got a back issues and how he just said no to Tank, they're not really looking for Loma to be fighting nobody. They think it's over for him. Because if you were going to come back, why wouldn't you just come back against a guy like Tank, right? Why would you come back against Raymond Muratalla? So I don't know, man. I think that's a little bit of wishful thinking on their behalf because like his father said, look, he'd love for his son to share the ring with Lomachenko. He said Lomachenko is the most difficult fight. And that's very interesting because a lot of times you hear people say, well, I can't tell you who the most difficult fight because I ain't fought none of them. So he already assumes that the 36 Lomachenko, 36, what he going to be, 37-year-old Lomachenko with back issues is the toughest fight for him at 135. In my opinion, I think he's mistaken. I think it's a tricky fight. I do think it's a tough fight for him, but I think all of them would be. But that's not even the very best version of Loma that you get. Like I said, you getting an older guy with arguably some career-ending back issues, right? And with his style, it requires so much of him for him to move and be so busy and active. If his back is compromised, his style might take a significant hit, and that could be the reason we don't see Lomachenko back in the boxing ring. So I just don't know, but I'm not going to knock him. I'm not going to paint him out to be a duck. I see people doing it already. That shit is kind of lame for me. I would just say this. I wouldn't mind hearing him speak about fighting Keyshawn. He owns his dad. I think it was his dad right there speaking. Sound like it's something down the line. Like We'll get to him. We'll get him when we get there. He'll get his opportunity. No, y'all gonna get your opportunity. He already a champion. He did that shit with less fights. Y'all doing y'all thing too, but that's a fight that you kind of should be calling for because he a young champion in the division, and you trying to establish yourself and become a young champion. You pretty much a contender. You got that interim belt, but I get it. Sanctioning body-wise, it makes sense for him to chase. You know, you just want an interim belt. It makes sense for him to chase Loma for that reason, right? He not going the WBO route. I don't even know exactly where he ranked, but it also seemed like that's not his focus either. So I'm not going to knock him. It is what it is. I mean, the division only so big. It's only so many titles to go around. What I do think will happen is the latter. I do think it's a possibility that Loma could vacate the title and they'll upgrade Raymond Muratalla to the full-fledged champion, and then he'll probably be able to take a voluntary defense or something like that. Who knows? But I could see that route before I could see Loma fighting him. I just don't see the scenario where Loma comes out of a pre-retirement almost, so to speak, right, to fight this dude. I don't know. I don't see it. Walking on things while winning. Keyshawn fights like he's making a statement versus his opponent. Difference mindset. Yeah, mentality. Hey, Eric, I like that. That's a fact, bro. Yeah. And I forgot to mention that. So yeah, the consensus would be though, money, real talk, that Loma would be the weakest champion. So that's why you'll get flack for that. That's why people will give him flack for it. But for me, like, you better be careful what you asking for, because from what I see from him and what Loma showed me the last time, if he can perform to that standard, to that level that we seen him at the last time, he got a really good chance at winning this fight against the younger. So better choose carefully. You know what I'm saying? It might be the weakest link, but a champion is still a champion, and it's a part of me that respect that. It's still a champion, right? So, okay. If you don't get that fight, though, this is the thing now. And then now you become full champion, I think you should start looking at the other champions immediately. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think, though. You know what I mean? That's just me personally, because he got 20-plus fights already. Got 22 fights in. Like, you become a champion, your goal should be to fight them other guys that got belts. And that shit makes things interesting, because now he's a young, active fighter. So he going to be held to that standard that the rest of them are held at. We want to see who's going to be the first guy to unify some shit up at 35. You know what I mean? Start, establishing some separation between them and the rest of the division. That's what I want to see. That's definitely what I want to see. So I don't know, man. I like Raymond Muratalla's performance. Like I said, he controlled it. He did what he needed to do. I hate to say it like that, right? He didn't look bad or anything, but that's not it's not like no box office type, performance, right? He handled his job. You know what I'm saying? He had a guy that was being defensive as hell at times too. So he just took what the guy gave him, and he never really overly pressed the issue. You know what I'm saying? He was just comfortable with outboxing this guy and winning. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Quarantine, even though Loma is still tough tie shot, Muratalla for sure can be thinking sweet. Yeah, nope. I don't think that, but like naturally it makes sense to call for the title that you would be in line to compete for. So it would make the most sense given the road that they're traveling. So I mean, that's why I say everybody got plans and things that they follow, and Raymond Muratalla is no different. You can see that even while trying to answer the questions, his dad will butt in and answer it for him. So it's still at that point. You can see that. And with Samuel saying, like, Robert Garcia didn't want him to talk about Keyshawn, like, bro, what? So I don't know. That shit just seemed a little weird, man. I don't know. But I guess it was instructed to talk that Loma stuff. Shout out to Melanie Queen. How you feeling today? Good to see you, Queen. Legacy remains. What's good with it? So I don't know. I'm just not going to knock the kid, man. He just got to see what's next for him. But like I said, I think it's a bit of a stretch to anticipate him fighting Loma right now. I don't see it, y'all. But he got the win, and he on to the next, and that's what he think is in line for him. So let's see it. But I doubt it. I doubt it. So that was the good boxing over the weekend, man. Good fights, good cards, and like I said, don't forget to check out those other fights as well. Casaracas, Breon Gorham, Santana Draper, some some real talent that's out there, man. They would fight a guy close to 40 years old as opposed to some young guys, right? And in an effort to probably, like, let's make no mistake, they know Loma's on the way out. So if they could catch a champion, still a current champion with a name like Loma on his way out, that would be a really good win still for Raymond Muratalla as a young fighter, right? Becoming the champion and being able to do it against a guy like Loma. You can tell by his dad and how he's speaking, that's what he's thinking. So I can't knock the ideal. I get it. You know what I mean? It's all about experience, and it will be the best fighter that he's fought to date, despite what version of Lomachenko get in there. You get me? So I think it'll be a lot of positives, right? The game, right? The experience, the name. You get what I'm saying? Then you'll be able to take the belt from the guy that's the actual champion. And from there, I think that maybe that win gives them a lot more confidence moving forward. So it's not all bad, bro. I just want to see fights because I wouldn't be against seeing him fight Loma. But the only issue would be that, damn, why you ain't take the Tank fight? Him not taking the Tank fight just made me feel like he was done. So you just never know with boxing. But like I said, man, I've seen back issues take fighters out even younger than Loma. Loma's essentially had a career already, right? Because he's at the tail end and he's already an undersized guy. He's fighting arguably at a weight class that's a bit higher than where he should be at, some say. So, and then he spent all that time in the amateurs. So that dude, I think he's on borrowed time. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Loma chuck the deuce and get that belt up. You know what I mean? Damon, what it do, homie? How you feeling? I just don't know if he's still willing to compete at that level. Let me take this off. I don't know. So we'll find out. We'll find out. But I definitely would rather see Raymond Muratalla in there with one of the young champions. Whether I don't care which one of them. Tank, Shakur, the Keyshawn, like, take your pick at this point. Any of those fights are good for me. Any of them. But let's keep rolling, man. We're going to get to this, man. We're going to get to this because apparently Eddie Hearn interview earlier. And he said how he sent Brian Norman another offer of some sort. So we got to get into it. We're going to get into it. Y'all hit the like button and we're going to keep a building. Let me get this up real quick, though, man. Get it up. Let me get this out. And let's see, man. Eddie starting it back up. Kid Austin versus Andy Cruz. On a regular belt. That'd be interesting. I think Kid will lose. He might.
To fight Jin Sasaki. I don't know if that's official yet.
Might lose that one, man. I don't know. But Kid, didn't he re-up with Top Rank? I mean, not Top Rank. Golden Boy for 5 more years and some shit like that. But this is Eddie Hearn, man. He was on this show with Mannix and Moore, and he got into, they asked about Brian Norman going over there to fight Jin Sasaki, and this is what Edward Hearn had to say, y'all.
It sure looks like Brian Norman is going to go over to Japan to fight Jin Sasaki. I don't know if that's official yet, but it's obviously trending in that direction. Some of the talk I've heard out of Norman's camp is, well, Boots isn't available this summer. He's got mandatories. A unification fight wouldn't be on the table right away. We're going to go to Japan, make some money, fight Jin Sasaki. You're smiling. Like what is real with all this?
It's absolutely available now. We've made them an offer last week. And we've even said to them, if you are taking that fight in Japan, let's lock the fight in for after that. October, November, December, whenever. And they come back and say, we don't want to talk about any other fights until we have this fight. I'm just like, fuck. So, I don't know. We can't rely on Brian Norman to chase any kind of greatness because the purse is outrageous in terms of what he's made. And, it's a massive purse that we've offered him. So, I don't know is the answer. We have got the Shakram Gearsov mandatory, which, isn't really the fight that we want. But we understand the position. He stepped aside to allow the Stanionis fight. And then the other fight is Teofimo Lopez, which His Excellency seems to want us to take. Tio's called it out. I love the fight in terms of our ability, you know, our chances of winning that fight.
And you see that right there. Like I said, man, you just gotta listen to these dudes because it's just the way that you gotta really listen to what they be saying, because it be running game. Like, if you know that your fighter wants unifications, because he's been clear about it. You know how you feel about a Tio fight. Why even keep bringing it to him? Seem like you entertaining that just as much as a Brian Norman fight, if not more. I hate that, though. That has nothing to do with Boots. It's just that side of it just kind of annoys me. Like, bro, shut up about Teofimo, man. He ain't going to no 147. And I'm standing on that. I'm tired of people keep saying that shit. That dude full of shit. He been clout chasing these dudes' name, and he getting cooked in a little while, too. Yeah, I'm spinning the block on his ass because he just don't know how to shut up. And I hope they strip him. They got to strip that dude, man. Tired of hearing it. Teofimo, he wants to. He not going up, yo. I'm telling you, will y'all stop letting this dude fake clout chase his way to fights that we know he don't want for real? Especially if you know what Boots want, and Tio got to shut up and do it 140-pounder do. Go fight one of them dudes at 140. Because playing with Boots, I'm telling you, you're going to run into some shit playing with him. I don't care about how athletic he is. Boots is all of that and some. It's substance behind the shit Boots doing. Tio, not the same, man. I'm tired of hearing about this shit. What he want? Nobody care. If he want to entertain 47, tell him to move his happy ass up there. Especially with all this the ER talk that he was just talking. Go up there and play with Boots then. Go up there and play with Boots then. Other than that, man, come on, Eddie. You know what fight is for your fighter. Make the best fight in the welterweight division. Norman and Boots. And it don't gotta be right now. He got Sasaki, go fight Gearsov. They'll stop acting like y'all not. Because that's probably what's there too. That has nothing to do with Boots, but you know he stepped out of the way. So you know what's going on. Let me rewind this just a bit, man. I just be thinking these dudes be playing and they be holding the fighters in a funny light. I'm for the fighters, bro. I ain't never heard Brian Norman Jr. say he won't fight, and I ain't never heard Jerron Ennis say he won't fight. I just hear a lot of what Eddie Hearn is saying, and he sound like he laying out options, but you got to make it make sense. We know what Boots want. The question is, for me, do you want that fight for Boots? And I'm not saying that you don't. That's just my only question. Do you want that fight for him? We know what Boots want. Boots stepping on shit. He ain't scared to get in the ring with nobody, and I refuse to believe it. And that's the same thing for Brian Norman. We got to stop doing this shit. The businesses seem like it's trying to be worked out, but we got to make sure all parties involved are on the same page, man. That's all. Everybody. Fighters and
in terms of our ability, you know, our chances of winning that fight. I think it's a good fight, profile-wise. It's not... Gervonta is very clear on what he wants. Belts, unifications, and undisputed.
And he can't get that fight in Teofimo. He can't get that. Let's be clear. You said what Boots want. We all want what Boots want. Boots want smoke, and we know he want it, and we want to see it too. But you can't get Teofimo does none of that for him. Undisputed, belts, unification, none of that. And he not no crazy ticket seller. So is the money that crazy? Is it really? Turkey Al-Sheikh involved, and there's no telling. But man, what's the incentive for real? Man, let Tio just trying to, man, don't make me say, I don't like calling nobody a duck. I'm going to just say this. Teofimo is trying to avoid them challenges at 140. Yeah, Boots seem like a safe but not safe loss. So you get what I'm saying? Most people don't expect him to win anyway. Most people won't. He won't be the favorite of none of that. You not hurting 40-pounders. You going to go up there and hurt Boots, man. He going to smash you, and I stand on it. Boots going to wreck that kid. And I hope you are silly enough to go up there playing with that man. You play boxing, man. He don't. Boots don't be playing. Nah, Boots be playing, but he don't be playing. You get me? You get me? Boots be playing, but he don't be playing. His kind of playing hurt. His kind of playing lead to the fight being taken out of you. Boots kind of playing lead to you sitting on the stool saying, nah, no more. I'm good. You get what I'm saying? Tio, you're playing, allow a guy like Arnold Barboza to go 12 rounds. Y'all don't even play the same. Y'all don't even play the same. You don't want to go play in the sandbox with that dude because he don't play the same way you do. You're kind of playing allow dude to make it home just fine, go sit down, eat with his kids, go out to the club and party if he want to. Boots
Boots is gonna send you in the ambulance. He gonna send you in the ambulance. The only party you gonna have is in your hospital bed, because that's probably where you're gonna be at. That's where you're gonna be at. It wasn't nothing cool about what he did to Stan Jonas. That dude didn't go to the club after that. I'm pretty sure he didn't celebrate after that. Y'all do not play the same. You're playing Arnold Barboza pissed off and just gutted that he ain't try harder. He like, man, no excuses. I should have, did X, Y, and Z. Stan Jonas ain't got to say shit. We seen him sit on the stool and he was like, yo, you good? He like, nah, no more. So yeah, back to y'all don't even play the same. Leave that dude alone until you convince me that you can play on that level. Nah, bro, you gonna get smashed. And I would love to see you do it because of the way you've been talking lately. So go ahead. Teofimo, senior, juniors, whatever. Go ahead. Lopez, Team Lopez. Go up to 147 where it's not safe at and doing that bluffing shit that you've been skating by at 140 with. Go ahead. I dare you. Get in the ring with Boots. He gonna take you, and the one mixtape moves he gonna be doing on you gonna be the prettiest shit I've ever seen. Man, he gonna shine. Go ahead and play. Go ahead. Boots got to take a pit stop from being great to play with your ass. Yeah. He ain't trying. He don't want no more career, y'all. He must be. I don't know if he trying to cash out. I don't know what he doing. Al Booger, what it do? D for the win. What's good, bro? How y'all feeling? Mike Kirkland, what's good, bro? Good to see you in the building. Dr. Boxing Talk, my guy. It's the doctor in the house. So go ahead, man. You bad. Go your ass up there. But let's get back to this, man.
So when I talked to him about the Tio fight, he's kind of like, yeah, I don't mind it, but it's like not really. What about the titles? So if we can't get a title, and if there's a way, to deal with Shakram Giasov, whether that's fight him in the meantime or whatever, we're open to the Teofimo Lopez fight. I think it's a great fight, and respect to Tio if he wants to jump up and take it.
See, that's the thing, though. See, because over here, people like to analyze or overanalyze everything. He just said what Boots' energy is towards Tio. Like, that's not what I'm looking for, bro. It ain't, that's not what I'm looking for. But then he turned around and said, see, we're open to it. Nah, man, make that fight, bro. Stop playing around. Giasov is your guy. Stop playing around. So if he fight him next, don't act like it's because y'all got ducked. Y'all know he stepped aside, so he was going to want his opportunity if given a chance, unless he's willing to step aside again. Eddie Hearn, stop playing games with the people, bro. I like it, but don't play with the people, man. Don't play with the folks, man. Like, why are we entertaining a 40-pounder? He ain't stay down there for him. He didn't. That's not why Boots sacrificed. That's how I'm looking at it if I'm Eddie. My guy not sacrificing, staying at 147 for this nut job. And yeah, I'm calling him a nut job because he's a fool of a man. But nah, bro, that's all I'm saying. You can't force nobody in the ring. I don't expect you to move mountains to make no fight. But you know what fight need to be made for him. That's all I'm saying. So we're going to listen to some more, man. Listen to more of this.
And if you have to, Chakram did do you guys a solid, stepped aside.
Grant, what
you got a fight, got some money. But obviously, given what he's going through, and it has gone through,
and he's our
he
fighter.
wants to fight. Yeah.
Well, he's our fighter. He's our friend.
Yeah, he's their fighter. He's their friend. So yeah, Eddie can make something happen. The ball kind of in his court. It's a good thing that Shakram is his fighter, man. Maybe he could pay him off again if you need to, or y'all can just fight him and get out the way and then revisit the Brian Norman situation, because it ain't. What's wrong with that? All this trying to force them sign a contract right now stuff, that's corny. I just don't like that.
Vadim and those guys are our partners in so many different fighters. MJ, who's now got the Inoue fight, and Bivol and all these guys. So one thing we're not doing is going to be smart and let people down. So we've got to make sure we treat everybody fairly and get a resolution.
Real quick.
See, I like what he said. Treat everybody fairly, get a resolution. You're not going to let people down. I think, making the right fights for Boots and making the reason why he stayed put at 47 count would be considered not letting the people down. Look, you can't force nobody to get in the ring. Like I said, I don't expect you to break the bank for nobody, but I just do, as a fight fan, want to hear that he's vested in making the fights that his fighter want 100%. Because, see, he spent about the same amount of time, and maybe I'm being petty. He spent about the same amount of time discussing T.O. as he did Brian Norman, and that's not even the same level of fight for Boots. One of them does a significantly different, or moves him in a different space, I think. You get me? I mean, he have 3 belts now with obviously fighting a guy like Brian Norman. If he can fight him and beat him. Fighting Teofimo, you would be giving Teofimo a chance at your belts, moving right up from 140. And really, what would that do? If you beat him, people would say that you was supposed to beat him. He wasn't really hurting and knocking guys out at 40. He's undersized at 47. Boots, and they going to start calling Boots. But I can see it. I can see where that's going to go because he's going to beat him up. Make no mistake. But it is what it is. I can't control it. I can only sit back and watch it. But let's see what happened. Keep his eyes on this Gearsoft guy. This is Eddie Hearn's fighter. He did step aside the first time, so he would be within his rights if he wanted the opportunity, if it's there for him, right? So it's not all about Brian Norman not saying yeah right now.
Bivol was also in Saudi Arabia. Are we still trending towards the trilogy fight with Beterbiev?
Yeah. I believe October, November time. In terms of what he's made, and it's a massive purse that we've offered him. So never. And they come back and say, we don't want to talk about any other fights until we have this fight.
So hold on.
We've made them an offer last week. And we've even said to them, if you are taking that fight in Japan, let's lock the fight in for after that. October, November, December, whenever. And they come back and say, we don't want to talk about any other fights until we have this fight. So I don't know.
Now, right there, that's the big deal that people are making. Saying they offered him a massive deal. I mean, I don't care about how much. That's not the issue. The thing is the games that's being played. If you're listening to what's being said now, y'all all in here tell me if I'm bugging. Saying no to a fight and saying, yo, I'm not signing no other contract until I fight this fight. Is that unreasonable to say that? When we just seen what happens with the fights in New York? We just seen the Times Square shit. We seen what happened when you try to plan ahead. Just off that alone, like, I don't want to move like that. I want to handle what's right in front of me, and that shit, if that's right there, right after I handle business, let's do that. I don't see what the big deal is. That doesn't say to me, oh, Brian Norman and them sound like they don't want to fight. Nah, bro, bro. And part of me is feeling like you doing it because they got something else that they focused on right now. The timing of it couldn't be weirder. The timing is pretty strange, man. That's all I'm saying. It's a strange time. Like, at no other point could you have made this offer, but when he already got a fight to focus on, it's just like, nah, man. Focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight. And I believe that. And him, that's exactly what Brian Norman doing. That's all. There's nothing wrong with Boots. Boots not doing nothing wrong. Eddie not even doing nothing wrong, but just don't make it sound like seem like they saying no to the fight because they're saying they're not entertaining signing no other contract before they get this fight done with. Nah, just saying planning fights ahead, that should just sound, I don't care, man. That should sound crazy because we know how it go, man. And again, what's the first thing people gonna say if Brian Norman go to Japan and they don't win? What's the first thing they gonna say? You see, he was looking ahead. He was planning a Boots fight. He was thinking about Boots. He wasn't focused on him. I don't want to hear that shit. No, I don't want to hear it. Brian Norman stood on business, and I'm going to play their responses too. Shout out to Mill City because they was over there. He responded to this. That's all he's saying. You don't have to side with neither of the fighters. Just understand where they're coming from. I can hear Eddie like, man, let's lock this shit in now. Let's get it over and done with so we know what's coming. I get it. But if you feel like that now, what's the difference between now and when he complete the fight, and then the offer should still be there if that's the case, right? He's still the champion, and that's all because anything can happen between the fight and then. And if he lose, then what? I'm telling you, the whole world is gonna be saying, yo, he was counting his chickens before they hatched. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't focused. He was looking ahead. Like, nah, man, we just don't need that. So. And that's a big fight. I don't think, and this is just me. If you're Brian Norman, it's a young champion, bro. They about to travel to Japan. Respectfully, they got their work cut out for them. That's a whole new experience. I'm pretty sure probably as individuals, they got their own reservations just naturally from having to go on foreign soil. That's more than having your plate full. Take care of that business over there first. And if you serious, once we done with this business, this fight should still be here. Does that sound unreasonable? Now, it's not unreasonable to say, yo, you could sign beforehand, but just seeing how fights played out when they line up big fights before they able to get there, we seen what happened. Ryan, Doug, he got outboxed by Rolly. The last time we did that shit, Ryan ended up getting outboxed by Rolly. You get what I'm saying? End up getting outboxed by Rolly, bro. And to some people, Devin Haney don't look exactly the same. So you see, you can't plan ahead, and that's a prime example of why anything can happen in boxing, bro. You don't just, and I hear it already. Won't he just bet on himself? Won't he just bet on it? I don't want to hear that weak ass shit. I don't want to hear that. Going to Japan on foreign soil when he is the young champion is betting on yourself. That's exactly what that looked like. That's betting on yourself. I don't want to hear none of this other shit. So what I want to see, being that y'all waited around all the way into this, and then when I say y'all, I say Eddie, because he saying he made the offer. This is not on Boots. This is no slight to Boots. Boots doing everything he's supposed to do. Team Ennis is doing exactly what they're supposed to do. But I feel like for Eddie, there's nothing wrong with him making an attempt to get the fight signed. He's not a bad guy for that, because that in essence, he could be trying to secure the fight for his guy, right? But he got to be able to hear them out if they're saying like, yo, not right now. We got to handle this business, and then we'll get to that next. So if that's their very next order of business, if they get through the Japan situation successfully, then I don't see what the issue is, because you only could fight them one at a time anyway. So what are we talking about? What's the real big difference? There's no real difference. It don't change shit. Him signing now don't mean they fighting now. It sounds like you will be focused more on the bigger task at hand than the guy in Japan, and that's a big task. Foreign soil, a young champion. They don't know what to expect as a team going over there. So nah, I'm with Team Norman, because he never said nah to the fight. He said, look, basically put a pause on all that shit, bro. We got real smoke right here. You gonna wait till we got this lined up, and now you're offering us a fight? Just wait now, bro. Let us handle business. And this offer's still here. This fight's still here. Yeah, we want it. That's where they at. So I don't see no need to trip. Don't nobody got to be no duck. I don't think nobody doing nothing wrong on neither side. I just want guys that make sense of this shit. It's not about being ducks and none of that, but I'm not hearing them guys saying, no, we won't fight them. Let us focus on our fight for we don't make it to our fight. You get me? I'm telling you, focus on what's in front of you, bro. Not what's after that. Whole time you got this dude in Japan, he trying to change his life. And then they got y'all over there too. You a traveling champion. That's betting on yourself. Somewhere you've never been. Man, let them be great. Let them be great. And there should be no problem with Eddie having that same offer in place once they get their order of business done. That's all I'm saying. So that's just reasonable to me. It just sounds reasonable. It don't sound like, nah, they trying to find a way out to fight and they don't want to fight him. Nah, you let them focus, man. He a young champion, bro. He can't afford to start looking ahead and overlooking and not thinking. No, because think about it. Now your mentality, your whole mentality changed. All things was good, bro. Reap was good. Your whole mentality changed. Tell me it don't. Tell me it's a much different when you done signed on for something. Now you start thinking about that. Hell no. They don't even want to think about that while they got a real challenge in front of them. Whether they feel like they're going to win or not is not the issue. It's the fact of respecting the man that's in front of you. And what we're not going to do, especially after we just seen the Times Square, the fatal flop, fatal fury and fatal flop, I'm going to call it fatal flop, we damn sure ain't moving like that. Big as Ryan is, look what he did. His eyes got too big for him. Overlooked Rolly. Nobody tell me he wasn't overlooked him. You bullshit trained around. You got outboxed and dropped and beat up by Rolly. Thinking about Devin Haney. You was thinking about Devin. The difference was you didn't fight in a way that would get you to Devin. Devin Haney fought in a way that would get him back to you, even if they criticized him, but you lost. Get what I'm saying? No, man. No, we just seen how that shit look. It's sloppy work. No, you don't plan big fights ahead of time. No, man. No. No, I don't want to hear who did it. I don't care. I don't give a damn who did it in the past. I don't want to hear about that because I know what they're doing. Focus, bro. Focus. He's not a finished product yet. He can't afford to be moving like that, and they know that. That's all they saying, bro. Let us win. Let us do us, and that fight should still be there, right? What's wrong with that? Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Should be nothing wrong with that. Ghetto Fab, what it do, homie? Eddie doing his job, Norman team doing their job. Right, 2 cents. I don't see an issue, bro. I don't see him doing nothing wrong on either side. Nobody. Eddie is trying to freak him. What's good with it, bro? Eddie trying to secure the fight because you can't say he not. You could argue the timing of it, but I ain't even going to do that. We going to just say, look, that's his intent, but I feel like that's a start. It wasn't like they said no to the fight. They just said, look, we're not trying to discuss nothing right now until we get this business taken care of. We got to straighten this business first. And that's it. That's all, bro. We be psyching ourselves out. If he never said no to the fight, people should just breathe easy and relax. You psyching. It ain't like he can sign it now means he fighting him now. What happens if he lose? Now he probably don't even make it there because it's not even a unification no more. No, man. Shout out to Team Norman. Great move. I don't give a damn what nobody say. I'm not mad. If you think he's supposed to sign, that's cool. For me, smart move. Because that allows you to focus on Sensaki and only him, nobody else. You don't start letting the thoughts of, oh shit, Boots in is right there. Nah, bro. Nope. Nah, I'm locked in on him. I'll worry about that Boots shit later. I'll cross that bridge when I get there. After I handle business, you know what it is. Eddie know what it is. Hell no. Shout out to Team Norman for being smart in this position and not feeling like they had to prove shit to nobody and say, yeah, we're gonna have to sign. And I want to be clear. Team Ennis is not at fault in no way. Neither is Eddie Hearn. I'm just rocking with them saying no because of the reason that they gave. We're respecting our opponent enough to focus solely on him, and that's it. And we all just seen that Fatal Fury shit in Times Square that looked like a fatal flop. Ryan Garcia was thinking about Devin Haney and the left hooks. He was going to be hitting him again, and he ain't even make it there. Rolly done broke a foot off in his ass. Done neutralized the left hook playing around because he done overlooked some shit. Nah, bro. Hell no. I don't need that. No. We don't need to see that happen. We don't need every time. There's no good examples, really, like in recent memory. So no. Didn't y'all just complain about those dudes on the Fatal Fury signing fights up and not fighting as hard? Get out of here, man. Now y'all telling me now that all goes out the way because Brian Norman is supposed to somehow be the difference to the rule? That rule don't apply to him? Hell no. I just watched people go crazy about the fact that they had fights signed disrespecting the opponents. Nah, hell no. Brian Norman, senior and junior, great move. I rock with it. I'm sorry. Because I never heard them say no to the fight. Never. They didn't say that. Get your ass out of here. You're not about to play games with me. I'm focused on my bag, bro. You're not about to get me peeking over there now. You get what I'm saying? Now my eyes getting to no, man. One thing at a time, bro. Nah, you can't play with boxing like that. You can't play. Anything can happen in a fight, man. You can't be like, yeah, I got this. You ain't in the prospect stage, Brian Norman, junior and senior. Shout out to y'all because y'all moving like champions. We focusing on that guy. And if that opportunity is still there, once we successful in Japan, we there. That's it. That's all, bro. I don't think nothing wrong with it. And at the same time, if you Eddie Hearn, if your man is like, yo, I want unifications and belts, it should he on it. You can't say he not. He made an offer. You can't for those people that say he don't want to fight. You can't say he didn't make an offer, right? It just is what it is, man. So neither guy is wrong. They only doing what they see best for their side. Eddie Hearn, it's not up to him to worry about what Brian Norman and them got going on, respectfully. He's supposed to just make the offer and be like, I sent out the offer. Brian Norman and them don't got to worry about what Eddie and Boots got going on. They only worried about what they got going on. Sound like to me that both teams respectfully did whatever they felt was best for them. And that's okay. Neither guy is wrong. That's what they're supposed to do. It's Eddie's job to make the offers. He's not wrong for doing it. And it's Brian Norman and them job to focus on the task at hand. Simple. Especially if you complained about people, pre-planning fights, then that you keep the same energy. Because we was just bitching about the pre-planning of the fights, and this will be the same thing. And this is a big fight, and you just don't overlook. Nah, he got a whole title defense in foreign soil. You got to focus on that. You got to focus on that. Puda Kid, what's good with it? You don't really think they want to fight? I mean, okay. Because you're not willing to sign for a fight that you're not going to have anyway. You're not going to have it. What's the difference? That's the thing. It's like we worried about signing for some shit that's not going to happen right now as opposed to never saying no. That shit matter. I could say if he like, nah, man, I don't want that fight. No, we don't want that fight. We got Sensaki. We don't want that fight. He like, nah, bro, let us focus. And matter of fact, let me pull a joint. Big Supreme was good with it. Yeah, man. Shout out to you, bro. We're gonna get to it, man. And ain't nothing wrong with seeing it different, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with seeing it different. There's not a wrong answer. It's just all how you see it. But for me, I feel like my approach is very logical. Don't be tricked out of your spot. Brian Norman and Senior, credit to them for making a power move, man. A smart move to me. It's a smart move. No, we focus, bro. Nah, because and like I said, the only issue I would have, the only one, and I'm not making it one, the only concern I would have is the timing of it. Why offer me something when I got something lined up and you know I got it lined up? It's just that, just stupid. Like you should be that situation should be right there. Hey, when y'all done with Sensaki, we got this offer right here in place. What's the difference? What's the difference? Because he got to fight, do it anyway. So really, what's the difference? Never saying no to the fight means you don't want it because you're not doing what they say do. Man, I got to hear more. I got to see more. That shit got to be more than that. You know what I'm saying? I still like Morel Benavidez, even though he lost. Yeah. Think about it, man. Hitman was good with it. I know sparring is sparring, but anybody that's going over there physically to spar a guy is talented as boots. Is not a guy that's scared to do it for money. And we just got to give fighters the benefit of the doubt. Sometimes you got to be able to recognize, even outside of our own original thought process, nothing they're doing is showing that they're scared and don't want it. They got a whole fighting lined up in front of them, a whole fight, and we ignoring it because we want them to be like, yeah. And then you got on the other side, you got to look at the Gearsov guy. That might be a potential opponent too. You heard what Eddie Hearn is saying. So you got to look at the whole scope of things. They can't fight next. They not fighting next because he got to fight already. And I'm telling you, like what Brian Norman was saying made a lot of sense. Yo, they good at. They just fool people into making it seem like they don't want to fight. And how much are you really vested in making a fight for your fighter if you're in a rush to convince the media that he don't want to fight because he ain't willing to sign a fight before getting through the fight he got in front of him? Make it make sense, man. You said make the fucking offer after he win. If he don't take it, then you like, see, he don't got nothing lined up. You see, he didn't want it. Not when he got a whole opponent in front of him on foreign soil. You can't overlook that shit. Brian Norman is still an improving champion. He's still an improving champion. He ain't no finished product yet. Hell no, they playing games, bro. Like, nah, see that? I don't want to think that. But no, timing means something, man. Let that man fight first. Let him focus on his fight first. And that's all he said. He ain't never said no. I ain't about to put the words in his mouth. That man said, let me get to my dude. Let me get this fight in. I don't think nothing wrong with that. Now, say he wins in Japan. Now offer is made. It shouldn't be nothing else but them negotiating and making a fight, right? Then I'm there with you if he says no. But he ain't said that. And we treating it like, yeah, because he won't do what would probably be in the best interest for them. Nah, don't be tricked out of your spot. Focus on your fight first, bro. Hell no. Focus on that fight, bro. I ain't tripping because I already know I'm not fooling myself. You're not fighting him next, and you got to get through him to get to him. So that changes everything. And we just seen how that shit backfires. No, do exactly what you're doing and keep being smart, bro. I like what he doing, bro. Like what he doing. Stay sharp, Norman Sr. and Jr. Stay sharp, man. I like it. I think it makes sense, bro. I think it makes sense. Let me get to this, man. Let me get to this, yo. Shout out to Mill City, man, because he interviewed him. He talked to him. We're going to get to this.
In the house, and your name is buzzing again. Your name is buzzing again.
I'm telling you, bro, they're going to learn the hard way. Focus on your fight for you not make it to your fight. It ain't like I could see if the guy that he was fighting was some like BS title defense in his backyard and it's just a stay busy fight. I could make the exception then. But no, bro. He not counting no chickens before they hatch, man. That's not how you get to your next fight. I don't give a damn who did it. I don't care what year they did it and how tough you think they are for doing it. Hell no. It's about mental focusing, man. Hell no. That little bit, that could be a distraction. That's the wrong thing right now. Hell no. People waiting for Brian Norman and them to lose so they can say, see, you should have took the Boots fight. You should have took the 1.7. They waiting for that. Me, I'm rooting for Brian Norman to keep beating ass all the way up until you get that Boots in his fight. And the same thing for Boots, because I rock with both of them. I'm not siding with anything or anybody. I respect it. I don't see two fighters that don't want to fight. I don't see it. But I see one guy being smart enough to focus on his fight, but he not make it to his fight. And I see Eddie Hearn just trying to cross some T's and dot some I's for his fighter. You can't tell him he wrong for doing it. Can't. That's all. So it's let them do business, man. And I hope that they all got the same energy after he done with Sensaki. I hope he go over there to Japan and spark this dude. I really do. I hope Norman spark his ass and come right back over here. And I hope the next fight for him is Boots. I really do. Shout out to my baby girl. The queen, Miss Jusdu, was in the building. Yeah, man. You got to him. Rock with and look, I want to make sure that y'all know I rock with Boots. Nobody, I'm speaking on both sides of it. See, sometimes people make it seem like you got to pick one side or the other. No, you don't. You can't tell me that is not a realistic case after seeing what just happened in Times Square. You can't tell me that them focusing on their fight ain't important. Y'all can't tell me y'all didn't see the internet complaining about people scheduling fights ahead of time. And you see what happened? See, that's because y'all was Rolly. It pissed Rolly off. Rolly said, Big Rolo said y'all disrespected me scheduling fights ahead and I messed up y'all plans. Big Rolo is the unsung hero because people wasn't focusing on their fight and they didn't make it to their next fight. Get out of here with that shit. No, he's a young champion, man. He locked in, man. I'm supporting their message because through everything, they never said no. Let's get to this, man.
Again, boy, you know what's crazy about this one? Is I said on here many times before because I'm very transparent. I said on here many times before. I was done talking about the other situation because before his fight, I said we wanted to fight him. After his fight, I said we wanted to fight him. I said if you don't call us out at his post conference or his post whatever, he a bitch. I said everything I could possibly say. I text his father. I text his brother. I said.
And the thing is, y'all, I'm here to tell y'all again. Never mind them people that's telling you got to pick a side. Unless you know one of them personally or in the camps, ain't no damn side picking. If you're a real supporter of the sport, you see two dogs and you want to see them mix it up. That's it. That's all. You don't got to pick no side. Boots is a damn dog. The M1 mixtape moves that I just seen him doing demonstrates that. Those back-to-back standout wins where people counting out Brian Norman, that tells me he a dog. Him going there, the Philly to get the smoke with Boots, him having tough sparring and still wanting to go back till he got better, that tells me he a dog, man. We just got to let it happen. Stop being so quick to throw a jacket on a fighter where it don't belong. Ain't shit about Brian Norman say he's scary, man. That's how I know. People that think like that, you were scared of people in school. You got chased home. The people that's trying to say either of these guys are scared, you got chased home as a kid. I'm willing to bet you got chased home and you used to be scared of people because no real man thinking like that. These dudes doing business, man. Let him handle his smoke first, man. If I'm wrong, I will revisit it and say, yo, this dude don't want smoke or that dude. That's not the case, man. This shit premature as hell. I see two dogs. Let them be that.
On your show to Greg Hackett, you're
hit that like button, man.
Everybody knew that we wanted to fight. Jen Sasaki approached my son after his fight, which was before Jerron in his fight. And he said, and my son said, I would love, he said, if I can't get none of these unification bouts or, if I can't get none of that, then I'd love to give you an opportunity. You remember that? My son said, all of these are facts. I can't just sit here and make this shit up.
I ain't gonna lie. If you following what Brian Norman is saying, let me take this off now. Shout out to Eddie Hearn, shout out to Mannix and more good shit. But you following what he's saying, everything he said thus far has been factual. That's the thing. You don't just because you saying he's speaking facts don't mean you think Boots is a lie. That's not had nothing to do with that. You got to understand he has a side, they have a side. From his side, everything he's speaking on, I could follow.
I can't make the world go round. You know what I'm saying? So
it's easy to follow. These dudes not wrong. They trying to do what's best for their teams.
After the fight, they asked him specifically, did he want that Brian Norman been calling his name? Did he want to fight? Eddie said he talked to Bob. I want to make the fight. They went and asked. Again, this is a broken record because I said this already. He came back, asked Jerron and his daddy. His dad said they don't want to fight. They just talk. Okay, well, what the fuck? We saying we want to fight, motherfucker. Let's make the fight. Again, nothing happened. Nobody said nothing. So my son, again, like I told you on the interview, we was willing and ready, but we wasn't waiting. The Sasaki fight came up for June 19th, very quick. We said, yeah, we'll take that fight. And we said, hey, look, and this was more than what Jerron said. We was willing to take his fight next. Boots. We'll fight him whenever he's ready to fight. I said that.
So you see that he just highlighting the timeline for you. You get what I'm saying? That is pretty much what happened. It was some discrepancy of, they don't want to fight. Then he said, we'll fight him, but we ain't waiting. You see the Sasaki guy approach Norman. They called him off guard. That shit presented itself. But people got to listen that the whole time Brian Norman Sr. been saying, bro, I got a young champion. Like, if I can't get these fights, we're gonna stay busy and make money. We're gonna stay active, keep winning, keep defending our title. You get what I'm saying? I just don't think nothing is wrong with what he's saying. It's all a matter of how you think they're getting to the fight, and if guys feel like either don't want it. I just don't feel like that from the fighters. I'm not getting a feel from fighters that they don't want to fight each other. I don't. But let's continue.
I said, whenever his next fight, he willing to fight, we'll fight him. That's what I said, right?
Yeah.
All of that stands
July
to be
19th,
true.
bro.
So now, I don't know what kind of cards Eddie trying to pull or whatever else. The fight is agreed upon. The fight is verbally agreed upon. What he wants to do, and also the only thing now, this ain't no ducking type thing. The only thing now is he's trying to negotiate the fight before my son's fight. We ain't doing that. That's just not good business. He want us to negotiate a fight and sign a contract for a fight while we already have a fight. When in every interview that Jerron said before his fight, I'm locked in on Stanionis. That's all I'm worried about. When he was asked about my son, when he was asked about anybody, he didn't even say as much as what we saying. We said we want to fight the nigga. He wouldn't even say that. We said that we do want to fight. So we say, yeah, we do want to fight. We say he next. But we got an opponent that we got to deal with. We got to go to Japan. You know what I'm saying? We're doing something nobody else doing. We got to go deal with that. And we're going to negotiate the fight after that. So I'm not sure what the question is or what the fuck we talking about. Is the fight next? Hell yeah. We not signing no contract or even negotiating it until after our fight. Simple.
Now, that is really that simple. We ain't got to argue. Don't nobody got to get cursed out. Don't nobody got to be no duck or no sucker. It's really that simple. He's not negotiating no fight and signing no contract until they get their current smoke out the way. He's saying it over and over. We have no problem fighting them after the fact. Now this is the issue. That should all be no problem. After that fight is concluded, the very next order of business should be them. If in fact something else comes in between that after that, then by all means run rampant with your narratives. But until then, we gotta relax. We gotta relax and let the business of boxing do what it do. Let this man go out there and prove that he gonna win over there in Japan. And I know people don't put themselves in the shoes of these fighters. Y'all just want to think crazy. Oh, I just need to be impressed. Why signing a contract now and go impress you if they don't make it to the fight? Sign a contract, don't lose focus, take your eye off Sasaki and then lose. And then what? Everybody shit on him? See, nah, you should have just focused on your fight. I'm telling you, I know. I've been here. I know what people gonna do. I know what they gonna do. See, nah, you trying to plan it. See, y'all think I was this and that. You know, nah. Hey, Norman Senior and Junior, keep doing what y'all doing, bro. I don't hear no duck talk. I'm not about to force that conversation because y'all not doing with people that never fought a day in their life, never signed no type of contract ever in their life is telling you what to do. I wouldn't listen to those people neither. He got a team. He got a father for a reason, man. They ain't about to be tricked out of their damn position for some people on the internet that want something. All y'all gonna do is frame him as a duck anyway now that he's not doing what you want. So why do what y'all want me to do? And we gonna do what's best for us, as is Eddie Hearn and Team Ennis. They supposed to do what's best for them. You don't gotta side with neither one. You just want to see the fight. Eddie ain't wrong for making no offer, and they ain't wrong for saying I'm focusing on my damn fight. Stop being weird, man. Grow up, man. Stop being weird. This boxing, bro. I don't give a damn who else did it. I don't gotta do it. I'm focused on him.
People just got their asses beat in Times Square focusing on the next bag. People just went out there and had a marathon, as they say, right? For 12 rounds, focused on their next bag. I'm not falling to that shit. I'm not falling victim to that way of thinking. We young and we still learning. We still got shit to improve on. And I'm not about to overlook nobody, especially not on their home soil. Y'all can miss me with that. Why? What's the difference? He signed a contract to fight Boots. What y'all gonna be happy? What y'all gonna say? Oh, yo, he really want to smoke now. We really want to smoke. He still gotta fight him. That shit don't change nothing. You could sign a contract and then the fight don't happen. Then what? He get beat. Then what? Nah, man. Brian Norman, focus up. We got to stop trying to force people to move how you would move. You ain't never signed no boxing contract. Don't tell nobody what they got to do and how they got to move. If you ain't never been no damn world champion about to travel over to Japan to defend your shit, a traveling champion, that shit ain't nothing to overlook. It ain't like the dude coming to his hometown and it's some poop putt that he's supposed to just beat up on. Nah, man, you don't know what can happen over there. He got to be ready. Damn right you got to be ready, bro. We on enemy soil. I'm going to smoke this kid, then I'm getting you next. Ain't nothing should be wrong with that. You only could fight one person at a time anyway. One person at a time. One. Signing now or later means nothing. That's for people that want to push narratives, man. I'm telling you. That's all. That's it. You want Brian Norman to be a duck so bad. Some of them same people was just doing that shit to Boots when he ain't move up to 54. We was forcing him up to 54. Now we gonna force Brian Norman to sign a contract before they ready to because they got work that they focused on. I can see if they ain't had no fight lined up and they ain't do it. I can see if they ain't have nothing lined up at all and they like, nah, we ain't signing on the go. That's not the case. They gotta fight. Let them get through it. Man, I ain't trying to see them count their chickens before they hatch, bro, and then lose a fight. Nah, and then they gonna get trashed in the media. I know it. I've seen this shit before, bro. Tim Layton, what it do? Opulent LDTV, my guy. What's good with it, Brody? How you feeling? Hell no. Let these dudes win, man. Let them focus on this fight for you not make it to this fight. That's real shit. And don't be blinded by Boxing. What's good? The fax machine in the building. Don't be blinded by the fact that Gearsov is still in the win. He might have something to say about this too, but people don't get that. So I want to be clear, and I don't want to keep repeating myself. Signing a goddamn contract. That's what I like to hear, man. Enjoy that weather, man. Hope the weather is nice where you at, my guy. Signing a contract now proves absolutely nothing. It proves nothing. It don't prove nothing. Getting in the ring does, y'all. Why are we being fooled? Like, only thing I would question is stop trying to make it seem like the guy that never said no to y'all is saying no. That's telling me you halfway giving up on the fight, or you like, yeah, you don't want it. They ain't say that, bro. Why should it even matter when he's saying, you know, Eddie know the game, man. He know what's up. He know what's up. This is a game of inches, man. This is a mental battle, man. This is a game. Like, nah, bro. You start worried about the bigger fight, you might not make it there, and it's just that simple. You hear what Norman said? They not signing nothing.
What are we talking about? This shit is not even breaking news. This shit is crazy that some people are just buying into the hype. This shit is wild. He trying to make. I don't know if he's trying to just make himself seem like a boogeyman because we won't sign because we won't negotiate a contract while we got a fight coming up. I don't know I don't know what's going on with that. So, and
then again, that's Eddie Boots. I ain't hear nothing from Boots unless I missed it. I ain't hear Boots ain't the one running off his mouth. He ain't saying nothing crazy. I don't even think Eddie said nothing crazy. He just spoke on, the situation, right? But the people are going to take it and run with, oh, shit, he ain't signed a contract for a fight that he ain't even got next. Oh, he ain't even signed a contract next for a fight that ain't next. Oh, shit, he ducking. Look how crazy that sounds. That fight is not next. Stop fooling yourselves. We be trying to rush the business. It ain't got it. That shit can sit right there. If his intent is still to fight him next, nothing should change. Me signing or negotiating the fight now shouldn't change a damn thing at all. So just let that be what it is. Let them dudes get through their fight, and that energy should be the same. If not, then I don't know. But we're going to keep going, man.
So, but I'm confused
hit that like
about
button,
that.
y'all.
I have a couple questions leading up to that, but for the viewers that don't know, obviously there was an interview circulating on Twitter with Max Kellerman and Eddie Hearn. So I'm going to let you guys hear it for yourselves, and then we're going to get more into it.
I mean, we made them an offer last week.
Lubin fight after his Rolly fight. You see what happened to him? Muddy the waters. 4 weeks. We got to fight in 4. You can't wait to up and say, yeah, nah, we want this now, we want this, we want that. We never talked about money. Never talked about none of what he's saying. He's full of shit. We never talked. None of that was even talked.
In terms of what he's made, and you know, it's a massive.
My bad, Josh. Cecil, what it do, homie? Mike, what's good, Brody? How you feeling?
All right. So
we never talked about money.
Money swag,
never talked about none of what he's saying. He's full of shit. We never talked. None of that was.
The thing is, man, everybody talks some shit. You ain't gotta like the shit he talking, but if you just say that he be lying when he be talking, then I could level with people. Like how he started out with Mill City. Everything he said was a fact. People couldn't refute anything he said. He didn't say anything wrong. But the problem is people don't know how to just support boxing and hear both sides out. Just Do knows how to hear both sides. I'm not siding with either guy. I don't think they're wrong. Both guys have their side. Nobody is wrong for doing what they feel like is the best move for them. Yeah, he would have failed his son if he goes and sign a contract, start negotiating a whole nother fight and got a whole different fight next. Now you putting your eggs in that basket, your energy into that basket. Naturally, you're going to think about that situation that you got coming up. And no, you don't need it. It's a disaster waiting to happen. People psyching themselves out. It ain't fighting next, bro. I don't get that. I don't understand it. Let's keep going.
Even talk about. Did we want to fight? That's how.
Yeah, this is Max on Chris. He was wrong.
Many times. That's how
he was wrong. It was Max on Chris.
They asked you, "Are you interested in the fight?"
Mannix and Mora.
Before our fight with Craybears, we said yes. Before our fight with Craybears was before his fight with Stan Jonas. Also, he said we said yes. We agreed. We said yes. After his fight, did y'all want to do it? Nobody said nothing. Nobody was jumping. Nobody was saying, in the pro-fight conference, nobody jumped up and said, yeah, we want this now. We want this. We want that. Nobody was saying shit. But it's just crazy.
Is he lying about that? That's why I want to know. See, people selective. I noticed that you can listen to enough of what you want just to make a point, but you got to listen to what he's saying, right? And he ain't saying nothing wrong. At the end of the day, man, anybody can call you out, but to make the fight is a whole different thing. He's not saying that.
Nobody ever attacks them and say, bro, why the fuck y'all didn't call out B. Norman Jr.? He over there saying he want to fight you. But now that we got to fight in 4 weeks, 4 weeks, we got to fight in 4
the timing, 4 weeks. That's all the timing. You better not dare start negotiating another fight 4 weeks before you go to Japan, man. I don't give a damn what nobody on the internet talking about. Because it's something his father said. Until them dudes say, nah, we don't want that fight, don't put the words in their mouth because they didn't sign something before they get into it. It makes no sense to me. No, that shit could wait. They really want to fight. That shit gonna be there after we beat this guy. It should be there. That's not a knock on Boots. That's just the situation. I want to see the fight. And it can't happen next anyway. So why are we tripping out? We ready to frame a guy at Duck and he ain't even said no to shit. That's what I'm saying. Like he ain't doing what we said do at home. Yeah, how many boxing contracts you signed? None, but nah, he should nothing, man. Let them work. Let him cook. They got a real task in front of them, bro. Let them cook. Don't overlook that dude and then lose. And man, hell no, I can't stress that enough. Nah, keep winning, bro.
You can't wait till after 4 weeks for us to discuss.
Listen to what he's saying.
What the fuck are we talking about?
Listen to what he's saying. He's saying you can't wait till 4 weeks after to discuss a fight. What are we talking about? And that's logical. Tell me it's not. You want to do it when you want to do it, not when it's in the best interest of us and the team. No, bro. We're going to wait. Let us fight, and then that fight should be there. If not, that's just logic to me. That's not unreasonable. That's not saying, no, I don't want to fight y'all. No. Nah, bro. And I'm telling y'all, this shit is boxing games 101. This shit did exactly what it was supposed to do. I got to give Eddie Hearn credit. Because it's fooling people into thinking that they was going to fight now. It makes no damn sense for them to negotiate a whole fight when he ain't even 4 weeks away from one of his biggest opportunities. Nah, bro. I don't think he should have did that. Shout out to my homie A. I don't think he should do it. I think they made the right move.
This shit's great.
Word on the street, they offered you $2 million for this time.
That was no number. Period. There's no number that I know of. I don't know of any number. We said we will fight, but we said we were not negotiating no terms. We're not negotiating no terms of the fight. Period. Until after the fight, we agreed to the fight. That's it. Period.
Do you hear that? Yeah, we'll fight y'all. It's a verbal agreement. We don't want to negotiate or sign a contract. We 4 weeks away from our fight. We're going to fight this guy, and then we can get right back to it. What's wrong with that? Tell me what's wrong with that. Seriously, what's wrong with that? It shouldn't be nothing wrong with it. Now, you go win your fight, and y'all don't resume the conversation. You go somewhere else. Now, y'all can say what they didn't want. But right now, it's just like this shit, it did. Eddie's pretty slick because he tell this to people. They're going to go right to duck because people are in a rush for a narrative. It don't matter how proven, how good the fighter, what he's shown you as a fighter. You never known Brian Norman to not take a challenge or be a duck. You never seen it. Now he's just going to be scared to fight. That shit just don't make sense. And the same goes for Boots. Them dudes ain't scared of no damn smoke. They are the smoke at 47. Let's be clear. Them two dudes are the smoke up there. But let's keep going, man.
We going to fight them.
Okay.
Said
So
they agreed.
if
They
that's
just
what
ain't going to
people talking
negotiate.
About, they want to say duck.
That's
talk.
crazy.
No, nigga, we going to fight them. I don't know where, you know what I'm saying? To me, it looked like they're looking to muddy the waters. Nobody was talking about Jerron Ennis and Brian Norman while Stanionis was, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about that. He wasn't talking about the next fight that he wanted. He wasn't saying that.
And that's a fact. He kept saying, I'm focused on Stanionis. Norman ain't doing the shit, the same shit Boots was doing. When you got something right in front of you, man, you got to respect it. But, yo, that's my focus. And Boots did the same shit. I heard him do it. Go look it up. He ain't doing nothing wrong, but he just showing you how a champion's supposed to move. I'm focusing on what's right in front of me so I can get to what's after, so I can get to what's next. It ain't no next if I don't get through this dude. And that's what Boots was on. I'm focused on Stanionis. Don't ask me about nobody else but Stanionis. He said that. That's the same shit they doing, but we tricking ourselves. We tricking ourselves because we want guys to do shit when we want them to do it. Try to understand it don't got to go the way you think it got to go. That shit don't change nothing. Let that shit happen when it makes sense. Shout out to Ed McQueen. You get what I'm saying? Exactly. He ain't lying, but, he playing. That's why I call it the games.
You feel what I'm saying? Look at what happened to Ryan Garcia when he was talking about Devin fight after his Rolly fight. Was, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't talking about that. He wasn't talking about the next fight that he wanted. He wasn't saying none of that.
That's a fact. That's true. He was focused on his fight.
Look at what happened to Ryan Garcia when he was talking about Devin fight after his Rolly fight. You see what happened to him? You don't. That's negotiating in bad faith. You don't do that.
So you're not trying to look past Jin Sasaki?
Yeah, no, we're not looking past Jin.
Hey, Dub, they not notice. People don't realize that they only focus on one side. They don't even talk about the Giasov thing, the step aside situation, how that's an Eddie Hearn fighter. He actually did fight on the card and how he could be next all along anyway. Shout out to the fax machine. That's why I call him that. All I'm asking y'all to hear both sides out and then come to a conclusion. Stop hearing just the parts that you don't like so you can form some type of weird ass assessment. Listen to what these people are saying. What L-Dub is saying is real. Giasov stepped aside for that unification to be able to happen. Wasn't he put on the card? Y'all don't think it's no way in hell that he could possibly be next? When I heard Eddie Hearn already say that before he even started talking about Brian Norman, stop being fooled. That's all I'm saying. It's like on one end, people telling me Eddie Hearn is snake, but on this end, everything he's saying is just, it's 100. Like, that's why I be confused. All I say is pay attention to what they say and how they move, man. That shit be smoke and mirrors, man. Nobody is trying to duck from around each other just because I won't do something now when it's not now. Just imagine that. Imagine that. You got to do something now, but it ain't next, but just do it now, though. But it ain't next, though, but do it now. Nah, bro, nah, we doing this shit now. This is what's next. We doing this now. Then we going to get to that. I respect it. I respect it because I think that's logical. I think that's logical, bro. And I'm telling y'all, I ain't hearing nobody talking about the Giasov situation, right? They don't even factor him in there. They just act like he was just there for no reason. You know what I'm saying? TD Sports Talk, what's good, homie? It ain't nothing to believe. It's just common sense. What he said that's wrong, Big Supreme. What is there to not believe? What is there to what do you question? Just throw that out there. That's the problem. Like, we question what he's saying is pretty logical. What did he say that could be lying? What that's the thing. Like, what did he say that's lying? Like, that's very straightforward. He really said it. Like, I didn't hear nothing he lied about. What's the lie about? I think you can follow this shit. It's not about, but I'm rocking with both sides because I rock with boxing. So I don't have nobody is wrong. We just want somebody to do what we want them to do. And when they don't, we like, oh, nah, I ain't hear nothing about no 3.5 million. Hold on, let's keep getting to this, man.
He's a formidable opponent, and is in his
Smash the
hometown,
like
in his
button,
home
y'all.
country. We're going there to whoop his ass or do what we need to do there, and then we're gonna negotiate the terms of this fight. So this fight is happening. So it ain't a duck in the house. You know what I'm saying? what we talking about? Again, like I said, this is just, to me, this is just for, just something for them to hold on to. That's all.
Yeah.
Because if it come out, if they ain't got no fight in 4 weeks, if they make a fight within 4 weeks and they some bitches, because you talking about November, December, whatever else, then you can wait 4 weeks to negotiate a fight. Do you not agree with that?
Yeah, you can wait.
You can wait 4 weeks to negotiate a fight. Maybe I told them, and I told you, and I told everybody else, you have your next opponent. I said that before Stanionis was made. Before Stanionis was made, I said you have your next opponent. I said that. Before Stanionis was ever made, I said if you could wait till after Cuevas fight, which they didn't do, they didn't wait for us. You know what I mean? They didn't wait for us. So while our Cuevas fight was still in happening, they made the Stanionis fight. So again, they didn't wait for us, but I mean, again, man, look, we fight next. The terms will be negotiated after this fight.
Do you feel?
I don't really see an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? So focus on the task at hand. I mean, some people feel like, nah, bro, you could have signed it. You said all of this. You were supposed to sign it now. Like that is going to change anything. But that's that. For me, I didn't hear nothing wrong with what he's saying. I don't have a problem with what he's saying. He's not painting them as the bad guys. He's just like, bro, you could wait for us to get this fight over with if that's the fight you truly want. And I think the same, like the immediate, focus, I feel like for both guys after this fight should be each other, right? But like I said, man, I feel like this was thrown out there. The timing of it was very convenient. Shout out to L-Dub. He threw it out there. Don't be surprised if Giasov gets announced as the next Boots Ennis opponent. Then y'all going to go rate the frame of Brian Norman and say, oh, Brian Norman ain't this when he already had a fight signed. It's just going to be more games. All I'm doing is not being tricked by like BS tactics and games. Like by not signing or negotiating a fight before you get through a current fight that you should be 100% focused on in 4 weeks does not tell me much at all. But the intent and what you do after that fight is over and the other side, what they do after this fight is over tells me everything I need to know for me. So like I ain't tripping off something that you can't make happen right now. We going to see what it is once he done with Sensaki and if he get through him, you know what I'm saying? So let's keep going.
They're gonna go the Teofimo Lopez route due to the fact that you guys are not making the decision.
That don't make sense. That don't make sense. If they do that, then they some dubs. That don't make sense. Why would you go negotiate Teofimo now when you said you want unification bout?
Maybe it's easy work.
And for the record, they didn't say that because Eddie Hearn didn't say they was negotiating Teofimo now. So I just want to throw that out there. He didn't say that from the clip we was just listening to. He did say that Teofimo was out there. He told you that Boost Energy was like, that's not a where the belts. What's up with the belts? Like that's cool, but where the belts at? So that's not something that he entertained. Shout out to Big Dog where we put some color back in the chat, man. Eddie Hearn's telling the truth about Shakur and Tank negotiation drama, but lying about Tank versus Jake Paul. Fight selected memory seems hypocritical, man. You know how I go. Big Dog. I noticed people only lying when it's convenient. I learned that. Shout out to everybody. Let's keep going, y'all.
And it's an easy payday.
But he said November, December, September. He said you hear the dates he said? He said October, November, December. You can negotiate a fight for November, October, December, and in June. You can do that. June the 19th is our fight. We can start negotiation the next week.
Do you feel like they'll wait?
So what's wrong with that? Like, there's nothing wrong with the fact what this man is saying. But if you already made a decision that somebody is ducking, then you're not trying to hear what he's saying. But nothing he's saying is unreasonable at all. Not one thing he said. It's nothing he said that's unreasonable at all. 619, what it do, homie? Boots need to fight TL. Yeah, he's trying to unify TL. Boots don't care about no damn TL. He says he getting $2 million to go to Japan. I don't think he got to though, because that's not a unification. And they saying they're getting a nice bag for Japan, though. I don't know what they're getting. I ain't asked, and I don't want to ask, but I don't think that had nothing to do with it because that's not the same fight. Why would they be getting that for Japan? It ain't boots. You know what I'm saying? It ain't boots. So I don't know.
My question to you. Or do you feel like they'll entertain other further negotiations?
No, I don't really care for
at
those.
this point.
You know,
I'm confused about
that's for
the
somebody
point
else,
of
not
them
me.
putting this out here at this time now. So I don't know. It don't make sense though. So I can't say. I don't know what kind of games they playing. Again, we asked for the fight after our fight. We asked for the fight after Cuevar's fight. We asked for the fight after Stanionis' fight. We asked for the fight. The fight was not offered. Here it is 4 weeks before our fight. The fight gets offered. We say yes. They say, okay, let's sign a contract. We say no. Why would we do that? We got a fight locked in. Where's the disconnect? That's a bad omen. You don't lock in fights, but you don't lock in fights with a fight in front of you. That's literally the definition of looking past your opponent and shooting yourself in the foot. You don't do that. And then
Is what's wrong about what he's saying? So let me get this straight. I just want to know how people think. From what he just said right there, what y'all get from that is like he being scary. Not like a logical way of thinking. Y'all just seen Times Square. What did they do? Put the cart before the horse, and what happened? End up flopping the whole event as a whole. People like, man, that shit was terrible. And then what? People got on the complaining that they planning ahead and X, Y, and Z. Oh, planning ahead. Everybody looking ahead. You should have focused on your fight. Blah, 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 blah. Now y'all want them to turn around and do the same thing so y'all can complain about it again when it don't go their way? Nah, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Keep winning. Y'all never said no. As long as that never came out your mouth. Eddie Hearn didn't say that they ever said no either. So that's where I could find some truth to what he's saying. Eddie Hearn ain't said they said no to the fight. He said we're not negotiating until we get our fight out the way. I don't think that's crazy at all. I just don't think so. Shout out to Mike Kirkland, my brother. Both fighters willing to fight. I think the Norman team don't want to fight as bad as Boots team. My opinion, ain't nothing wrong with it. Some people think differently, man. I just look at it. I can't see on either side where I feel like somebody wants it so much more. Because I hear things said on both sides that would, if everybody's listening, you could try to question it if you want. I just don't hear neither guy saying no. So I think that's very important. As long as nobody's saying no. You get what I'm saying? Think about it. If they was just trying to not fight, then why would he even want to negotiate with them anyway if he don't think they want to fight? You get what I'm saying, Mike Kirkland? Think about it. This will be the next time around that he sent the offer. Why would you are willing, not sent, but willing to negotiate a fight? Why would you even be willing to do it if you think the dude don't want to fight you at all? You get what I'm saying? But the first move shouldn't be to let me convince the media that he don't want to fight because he said, nah, he could have signed right here. You see, y'all? Like, it's just, I be feeling like those be the little games, man. And it's put in place to make people think that one guy wants it more than the other. I just can't see that. Right? I don't see what's the big deal out of just waiting until they get their fight out the way and saying, yeah, your ass ain't off the hook. We still won't fight you. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I see it, man. I think we got two hungry guys. I think how they get there is where the disconnect is at. To my brother Mike Kirkland, man. Appreciate you on me. Man, we're gonna keep going, man. Let's keep getting to this, man. Let's see what else.
And look at how he looked against Williams' score.
Why did he say he sent you guys an offer though?
Again, I'm not.
He didn't say he sent. He said a massive offer. He got it. Well, did he say he sent? Did he say he sent the offer? He said he did say he made a massive offer though. He did say
I'm not privy to that part right now. I don't know no numbers. We didn't talk about no numbers.
You don't know if he sent him an offer or not.
We didn't hear no numbers. We don't know no numbers. We said we not negotiate. When they asked us what we fight, and we said yes. Then they sit. I don't know. They was trying to get it.
It's funny. It's funny, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Appreciate you. Blaze was good with it. It's funny that you said that, bro. Because in essence, Cal, that's kind of what he trying to do. He trying not to talk about it. Why that's not next. He like Jensen Saki is next. We fighting him. Then we could resume that. So he essentially trying not to do that. And it's crazy that I think it's being ignored. The actual gist of what he trying to say. Like he ain't saying nothing crazy to me. Like I didn't hear nothing crazy out of his mouth. I didn't hear him try to make them look like suckers either. But he's just letting you know, if they're trying to make it seem like by us not signing a contract right now when we got another fight lined up is crazy. He telling you that's exactly what overlooking your opponent is. That's a bad omen. We ignoring all that. We just like, nah, never mind that. Sign the contract because you said this. Shit don't change nothing, bro. It do business the right way. And that's all he trying to do. He trying to focus on his fight so he can make it to that next fight. And I think that's logical. I do.
Contract signed before the fight, which doesn't make sense. Of course, it's not going to happen. But what if my son lose? Then what? What are we doing? What if we fight? Watch this. What if we fight and Top Rank decides, oh, yeah, we can make a co-promotion? What if he wins? What if my son wins in dominant fashion and Top Rank comes back and get what we want? A co-promotion, and they do it at a better venue, a better place for better money for all. What if that happens?
I'm about to say that. Could it be a chance that they gonna try to negotiate differently if they win the fight? Any of that? This is something. It's a lot, bro. But when you only see things one way, logic goes out the window because it don't fit the narrative that you want to push. If you want to push that Brian Norman Sr. is somehow scared to box another man, then that you're going to ignore everything Brian Norman Sr. say, or you're going to say he lying and he don't really want to fight. I'll say this. I interviewed the man and he showed me text messages in his phone with them agreeing to move the fight to a different location for the same amount of money. So tell me I'm lying. Tell me he was lying about that too. He put his phone up to the screen when I interviewed him, and it showed it about the location being agreed on and money and everything. He showed us that. I noticed. I'm not a messy guy. I'm not trying to make neither guy look like they want it more than the next. I'm for boxing. I want to see it, and that's what I hear on both sides. But I think some games are being played. Hey, I seen it. You agreed. What now? Well, he lying about that too to the screen. So you got people that still argue that. There's nothing more to argue. They agreed to it. They said he's a liar, right? So wouldn't he be lying about that? The man didn't have to do that. He put his damn phone up to the screen and showed me his text messages, bro. And we still in here like, yeah, he's lying about everything. He said this shit for the longest and they wasn't believing him, and he actually showed me. Most people would have took it, clipped it, made a short video. I'm not that guy. I'm only bringing it up because it makes sense for the conversation. Don't just frame a guy to be a liar when it fits your narrative. Because when he's showing you what the truth is, we still like, yeah, but what? He telling you the truth. They agreed to do it in another location for the same money. So when the people keep saying he want more money, that text message will prove otherwise. They made an agreement on it. I seen it. I seen the heart by the light. I seen them like the message. I seen the interactions. I was able to read this shit. If y'all was here, y'all seen it. It's nothing to argue about. Just stop being fooled, man. You got two dogs. Let them off the leash, bro. Nah, we ain't doing that. Dank, what's good with it? Let's get back to this. Y'all ain't distracting me today. We get back to it. Shout out to my homie.
There's so many what ifs.
What was that?
You know what I'm saying? What if my son get injured in the fight? It's so many.
Don't lock yourself into stuff
it's so many.
Nah, I already know, bro. Shout out to my homie. I already know.
What if? So if the question is, are we fighting or are we willing to fight? The answer is hell yeah. I've been saying this shit for what, 9 months now? He next. He didn't call us next. He didn't say, he's still, do you not know he still ain't said out loud that he want to fight my son? Do you know that? You can't find an interview where he said he want to fight my son. Not one. You're going to find him dismissing my son. You're going to find him saying we just talking. You're going to find him saying we just playing. You're going to find him saying all kind of shit. And if this was a tech to say it was behind closed doors, and that's how you do business behind closed doors, then this interview wouldn't have got put out. So you can't say that's how you operate behind closed doors. You can't do that.
The problem that people keep forgetting is you got one guy, and I'm not blaming Boots, but you got his promoter running to the media trying to convince you that they don't want to fight. That's the fucking problem right there. Instead of just negotiating and keeping it between y'all, you're doing the same bullshit that you just did the last time by trying to make shit public and giving out bits and pieces of information. Like Aunt McQueen said, you literally just did this shit the last time. And like I said, with the man showing me what his text messages was, that proved to me that what he was saying was actually a fact. He wasn't lying about that. The money, they try to make it seem like, well, he kept asking for this. I clearly read the messages with them agreeing about money and changing the location.
for the money that was being offered. That was 100% agreed upon between them two. I seen it. So it's like, it's hard to keep, he's lying this. It's like, I'm not picking a side. I want to see the fight, and my stance will remain the same. These dudes are two dogs just waiting to be let off the leash. That's what I believe, and that's what they've been showing me. Shout out to Pound for Pound. What's good with it, Brody? How you been? Let's keep building, man.
It never got put out. Do you know
Sheldon,
I didn't even know about this interview until this morning when B told me about it. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on? It was nothing. They asked us about it. We said yes. All right, well, let's lock in. No, motherfucker, why would we lock in? Why would we lock into a contract when we got a contract already signed? It doesn't make sense.
So what are you thinking? Well, what's your thoughts on why he would go public on it with Max Kellerman?
Because he wants to muddy the water, and he wants to tarnish our name as much as he can. Now, again, that's why I'm not sure. I don't want to go make no, part of me.
I feel you, Mike. But I am too. I'm a Boot supporter. I'm a Brian Norman supporter. I support both of them equally. I just don't see no like scariness in either side. I know people that know both sides, and really know both sides personally. So what I get from both sides equally is that you got, like I've been saying, you got two dogs. It's just probably a matter of how you get there. And Max Kellerman is nasty. That was Mannix, man. Chris Mannix. I'm trying Mill City. Shout out to Mill City. You bodying him. That ain't no damn Kellerman. Mannix and more, bro. He did it again. Sean, what's good, homie? He tripping. I try to let him slide. Trey, what's good with it, bro? Already Quavo's coming up when they were trying to negotiate the last fight. And now you want to wait until this last fight. Kind of sounds sketchy. I mean, look, I can't really convince nobody. I think people just have made their minds up. Is what he's saying unrealistic? If you want to fight now, you're not gonna want to fight 4 weeks from now when the guy is available. If you want a guy while he has work in front of him, aren't you still gonna want that guy when he's free after he get that work done? Or the only time that this offer is available is while you got a fight already lined up? Do y'all understand where I'm going? That's pretty much what we telling them. Yeah, if you don't sign right now, then you really don't want to fight. Even though you got a whole damn fight lined up in Japan. Never mind that, though. But sign a contract anyway. That shit ain't, bro. It don't make sense to do it that way. Why? Why do it have to be like that? What changes? Like, that convinced you that he wanted more because he's willing to do something that he shouldn't do? Like, trick himself out his own position? Nah, man. I like what they doing in this instance. I don't think neither team is wrong. I'm very consistent. Nobody's a duck. Boot's gonna keep doing what he do. Nobody that's having fun at that level, at that magnitude in the ring is scared of anybody. Brian Norman just back-to-back performances, putting shit away, making dudes quit. Them dudes ain't scared of shit. I don't even know why we doing this. I swear I don't. And the only people that think either guy is scared, I'm saying this, no disrespect, but if you running around here thinking men that chose boxing for a living is scared of each other, you probably got chased home as a kid. Yeah, you probably in high school, you probably got ran home, elementary, where you probably got chased home. You probably spent your life being scared of people because that's not the case. Nobody's scared like we doing this shit to dudes that they really going out there proving it. They the best two guys in the division, bro. They the best two guys in the division, but because we don't agree about how they get the fight made, because he won't sign for a fight, even though he ain't fighting him next, but we need him to sign it right. We need your John Hancock right now. Or that means you scared. That shit ain't even logical, bro. But if you're a real boxing fan, you like, yeah, man, that's the least you could do. Let him get that fight, bro. If you want to fight him now, you should still want to fight him. Even after he beat this dude, get another title defense, you should really want to fight him. That's all. The opportunity should still be there. It shouldn't only be there when he got a fight lined up in front of him. That sounds crazy to me. If the offer is legit, then it should still be there after we smoke Sensaki, right? Right? It should still be there. That's nothing to do with Boots. That's Eddie Hearn. You talking about making the offers. You should still want to fight the guy. That's all I'm saying. You can't fight him next anyway. And I'm telling y'all ignoring it, which is why L-Dub mentioned it. Shout out to my homie. Don't forget Giasov is out there. I think he just was there for no reason. All right. Okay. So when the fight don't happen, they're gonna blame Team Norman. No, the whole time Giasoff stepped aside for the fight that happened. And he probably won it next the whole time. But that's what Eddie Hearn not gonna tell y'all, so he can make y'all think that Team Norman don't want the fight. That's crazy, man. That's nasty work. That's cool, and that's whack. That's whack as hell, bro. Whack. Let's lock it in now, man. Let's wait till we done. That's more logical to me.
They're going to pull some bullshit and try to lock in another fight and say that we weren't willing to fight. But we already said we were willing to fight. We said that publicly. We're saying it now. We said it before. We said it after. See, the difference is they're not being held to the same standard that we was held to. Every interview that Jerron Ennis did leading up to the Stanionis fight, somebody asked him, what's next? Do you want to go undisputed? Do you want to this? Do you want to that? Do you know what his answer was?
The negotiation stopped. Once the Cuevas fight was etched in stone, Trey, that stopped. There was no more negotiations. And remember, they ran out of time. They had to fight, and so did Boots. You get what I'm saying? So when that fight was lined up, there wasn't no more negotiating between them. That's when it all stopped. If you remember the timeline, they wasn't still ongoing and actively doing it and fighting this dude. It was over with. They done ran it. They done ran out of time or whatever. Remember the purse bid situation, all that happened. That shit stopped right then and there. You get what I'm saying? And they went on to do exactly what? Fight the dude that they fighting and beat him. And then he was saying it. Yo, we'll fight him next. We're this, we're that. What did they say after they won their fight? Yeah. What did they say after we won their fight? Man, we ain't think about him. We ain't waiting for him. I'm not blaming them or nothing. I'm just telling people don't be remembering what these dudes be saying. It's shit that you can look at on both sides, but that's nitpicking, man. They probably got a difference of opinion of how they gonna get that fight made. Simple. But I feel like it's a little bit of games being played, just a bit. If you're offering me a fight now when I have work in front of me, like, yo, how many people you get a job and then the other job that you was looking forward to called? You like, man, god damn, but I'm already here. So I'm going to stick with what you get me. I'm already locked in. So I'm going to stick. You get, that's the same thing. It's like, bro, is that offer still going to be here when I'm done with this job? It should be, right? All right, then. That's all. It should still be here. It should still be here. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going, man. Let's get the rest of this. Y'all hit that like button, man. Support the grind. Yeah,
right now, I'm locked in on my TAS April the 12th, 3-belt, this and that, Ring Magazine, blah, 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 blah. I'm locked in on this. I'm going to do that. Then we'll talk about the rest later. That was his answer. You can go back and look. I seen the video. I seen one of the interviews right now, if you don't believe me. Every single time they asked about my son, every single time they asked about Barrios, every single time they asked about Virgil Ortiz, every single time they asked him about any other opponent than the one he had in front of him, which was Stanionis, he said he locked in on Stanionis. He ain't thinking about nobody else. Why can't we get the same respect? That's what's tripping me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Now tell me what's wrong with what he said. When Boots had his fight lined up like a real champion, he wasn't trying to hear none of that shit. He was talking about, nah, we focusing on Stanionis and these belts. We can entertain that other shit after. So that means he's scared. So he's talking like that because he's scared. See how silly that shit sound? Focus on what's in front of you. We just watched Boots do it. That's how I know people don't be watching enough boxing. The press conferences. Y'all watch just enough just to have something that you disagree with. And there you go. You don't listen to everything. He literally moving the same way the fighter on the other side was moving when he had his fight lined up. There's nothing wrong with that. That don't make him scared. Now that make him smart. And Boots went in there, and some could say Boots is the type of guy that could overlook a bit. Nah, you can't do that. He's still focused on his guy, bro. You get what I'm saying? He's still focused on his guy. Still focused on his guy. Let's get back to it, man.
You know, this is the fight to be made at welterweight. Obviously, people are anxious. Hearing Eddie Hearn and hearing yourself saying that you guys did receive, an offer last week. But you're saying
I didn't say we received the offer last week. I said I've talked to you before on how negotiations work.
Yeah. I'm talking about Eddie Hearn is stating this.
Oh, yeah. I told you about how negotiations work. Negotiations are always verbal before it's put in the paperwork. There's no reason to put nothing in paperwork. So ain't no paperwork sent to us. It's a verbal offer made. You want to make the fight? Yes. All right, well, this is what we want to do. No, we're not talking about that. We ain't talking about no specifics.
Let's talk fashion with it, dude. Raymond was good. He said, listen to me like Bosie's scared to death. Yeah. You say it was job paying more. Y'all know you get the gist of what I'm saying, man. Y'all get the gist of what I'm saying.
You're in the house, and your name is buzzing again. Your name is.
That was the end of that. Shout out to Mill City and Norman Senior, man. That was cool to I mean, look, I just don't think like it was much said there wrong, right? He just speaking on his side of things, and like I said, it just comes down to if you fooled by I don't know them little media tricks. I feel like it's a trick. And I always feel like it's distasteful for one side to try to convince you so wholeheartedly that the guy on the other side don't want to fight. But that's never what he said. Even with Eddie Hearn saying what he said, he just said, yo, we're not negotiating that fight right now. And I just don't know how you could try to, well, maybe that's not Eddie. I don't know if he want people to believe they don't want it, but that doesn't help your fighter. So convincing the world that a dude doesn't want to fight, knowing that moves your fighter closer to where he wants to go, is foolish. So we'll see. All I could do, I don't want to go too hard for nobody. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. But as far as the information that is made public, it just seemed like smoke and mirrors. I ain't being fooled by it, man. You know what I'm saying? Poodle Kid, what's good with it, bro? Who Crash would call his name when he clearly been screaming Disputed for years. Yeah, I hear it, but you know, get great people to interview, but you know, shout out to my team Bill Haiti, Carl Chaser. I mean, look, first time I like what Norman Jr. said. He said a lot of stuff that was real. People just they got their predetermined outcomes or you know notions of who don't want what fight. But all right, y'all, I'm gonna let y'all keep. You know, I'll let people have at it. I think what I said was pretty fair down the line. You might could pick and poke little shit that you don't like what he said, but overall you heard what he said and you can't refute a lot of it because it was facts. People are criticizing him right now and saying they don't want to fight because they're choosing to focus on the fight in front of him. When Boots Ennis himself was asked about other fights and he had Stan Jonas in front of him, he made it clear, don't ask me about no other. I'm focused on this fight. Nobody said a word. Nobody said Boots Ennis is scared of Brian Norman because it don't make sense to say that. But then when we get to Brian Norman, because people don't like what his father said, right? Oh, well, yeah, them saying they focusing on they fight. Somehow that means that they're ducking and don't want to fight. But when Boots did it, we ignored it. Make it make sense. Yeah, we do this shit with every time that's why we don't get none of these fights, bro. And we do it with every time it's time to make a meaningful fight. Yeah, somebody got to be scared. Grown ass men pushing across the YouTube space that other men are scared to fight other guys that I just don't get it. Now you got me. I ain't never been scared of somebody, bro. I just can't. Now you telling me I'm training every day and in the gym doing it, and I'm gonna be scared to fight somebody because of what? Nah, I would never think like that, man. I just don't think that way, bro. Just you gonna have to beat me up, bro. I'm sorry. Just gonna have to whoop my ass, bro. You just gonna have to beat me up. Just gonna have to kick my ass, B. Just gonna have to beat me up. But look, I got one more, man. Brian Norman was talking on this situation. We're gonna get to this, and then we're gonna keep it rolling.
I got my man Brian Norman Sr. in the house.
That ain't the one. That ain't the one. I had one with B Norman was speaking on this situation himself, man. Damn, where is it at? I'm telling you, focus on your fight for you not make it to your next fight. Focus on your fight for you not make it to your next fight. Yep, shout out to Lubin. We talked about that, Roja. I started the show with some Lubin talk. Shout out to Lubin for going out there getting that dub, you dig? But now we done graduated. Now we got to talk about this Brian Norman situation. Hold on, let me get back to this. Let me get to it. Y'all. Just Sasaki's dangerous, dude can punch. Nah, but they supposed to. Nah, no, he can't. He ain't good. They should just sign the Boots fight. Forget Jin Sasaki in Japan. Just sign the Boots fight because people on YouTube said you scared if you don't. People on YouTube, yeah. Who? People on YouTube. Who? Was they at my last fight? No, but the people on YouTube said you should sign it because they you scared if you don't.
I got a whole fight going on, but little old Eddie Hearn, the bad businessman, want to come in and step in and try to say, no, only sign the fight.
If y'all don't do nothing else, hit the like button, bro. Smash the like
sign
button
the contract before my next fight, June 19th. Why is that? And why he go put that out there? Because he know for a fact that's bad business, and I ain't going for it. He think I'm dumb. So with that being said, he go try to send all of y'all to come at me and try to egg me on and just try to, try to make me some kind of coward or anything like that. Knowing look at what I'm doing, it's impossible to be a coward and looking at what I'm doing.
Talk to him, B. Norman.
He said he just getting to y'all. He a businessman. I want y'all to recognize this. The man is the smartest man ever. I want y'all to look at it. He ain't, but he getting them. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
He said that we made him a massive offer.
Yeah, he did. Real keywords. Look, he love them keywords. He love them keywords. Take it. Huh? But yeah, he love throwing out little keywords and stuff like that. So hold up. It sounds so good to y'all. It massive and all it is or whatever. Then guess what? Y'all gonna say the same thing. How he gonna decline a massive man? How about this? I got a massive payday coming in June 19th. If that make y'all feel any better, I got a massive payday coming June 19th.
Talk to him, Norman.
John Smith, thank you for the $5. You never had to deal with Spence or Bud at 24. Boots had to fight to be Spence and Bud's mandatory. Add me to the call.
Yeah, I'll be hating the people in the chat, bro. They sometimes they just need to sit back and just listen, bro.
Crawford fought David Amnesia. Didn't they say Boots could have had that fight? And then wasn't they on the phone?
I'm gonna let this
FaceTime?
one play through, man.
I think it was Gillian Wallow. Gillian Wallow? Yeah, Gillian Wallow. He was on FaceTime. And that boy little boy, he got put on hush mode. The Crawford said, "You had the chance. What happened?" He just said,
say he was dedicated to PBC or a lawyer to PBC or some shit like that, and he wouldn't even sign with PBC. He was with fucking Cameron Donkey.
So now, if y'all want to stop being little kids and stop getting y'all emotions tied up, actually look at what's going on. Y'all try to use that as a gateway.
Tell him again, Norman. Tell him again. Tell him again, Norman.
And you wouldn't even sign
Tell him,
with
Junior. Y'all listen to Junior.
So now, if y'all want to stop being little kids and stop getting y'all emotions tied up, actually look at what's going on. Y'all try to use that as a gateway out of the whole situation. Don't forget, he had a chance to fight Crawford. He had the chance.
Norman is tired of y'all shit.
What they just said. That don't make no sense either. So now he moved another one.
Yo,
what's next?
Right, Norman, look, he for the smoke. He shooting shit down in the chat. Like, what's next? I done had it with y'all, bro. I done had it. We gotta just, all I'm saying is the entire time I've been talking boxing on this channel, I ain't never been proved. Nobody has ever been able to come up here in the chat on the panel and prove to me that these dudes really be scared of each other. This shit been going on for years now. Y'all don't get tired of hearing the same old narrative when a boxing match don't take place? The first thing we go to is saying another man is scared of another man. That's soft shit. It's not the case. Yeah, people got plans. Do they want to lose? Nah, people don't be wanting to lose. But we talking about being scared to get in there and fight. I ain't never seen that shit. They train to do it. Why would they be scared? Like, I just don't get it. Dudes, absolutely, you don't want to take a loss. You don't want to get put in meme land forever. You don't. But this shit is old, bro. It's old. It's corny. It's played out. And for years, since I've been watching boxing, nobody has been able to explain these ducks. Every year, it's the same shit. We find a handful of fights, and then we paint some of the best talent in the sport to be scared. I'm telling y'all, we just did this shit with Bud. We did it with EJ. We had people going to bat like, yeah, man, I know Terrence Crawford's scared. He too little. He too light in the ass. He can't do this. EJ said he was taking an easy route. He went this. He did that. Like, people were sold that them dudes was scared. Then when that fight got signed, all those people shut up. Ain't nobody say I was wrong. Terrence Crawford not a duck. I'm tired of y'all in that weak ass narrative. That is the worst narrative in boxing. Nobody has been able to prove that shit yet. We do it every single time it's time for a fight. And they eat it up. So Eddie Hearn know what he doing because he know people going to do that. Yeah, man, he ducking. I had people tell me Terrence Crawford was scared of Errol Spence and was dead serious. They'll argue you down about it. They'll argue you down. They will argue you down. Some of those people, I ain't seen them since that fight happened, bro. Every year we do this shit. Ain't nobody scared, man. These dudes ain't scared to fight. I refuse to believe it. Somebody gonna have to prove. If you could prove to me that these dudes are scared, then I'll say okay. But other than that, hell no, bro. They said he was too light in the ass. He was ducking. He was scared. He got the WBO belt. He never tried to unify. He just took that belt and cherry-picked and fought subpar, mediocre opposition. And because of all of that, Errol Spence was going to smash him. That's what they told me. Notice the narrative changed from him being scared to now he's just too light in the ass. Like now the fight was made. Now it's like, oh, nah, he ain't scared no more, but he still was duck. I had people still telling me even after the fight that, well, Terrence Crawford did duck him initially. You can't make this shit up. You can't duck somebody that you smoked, bro. Like that shit don't make sense. And never mind the rematch. We're not even going to get into the rematch and why that shit didn't happen. It'll hurt your little hearts out there. All y'all Terrence Crawford detractors. It'll hurt your little hearts. It wasn't his fault. I'll just leave it there because this ain't about shitting on Earl. And that's my guy. But, man, y'all got to stop, bro. These dudes ain't scared, man. Y'all looking at boxing a totally different way. It's business, if anything. People do make business decisions, and I see that on a regular basis. But ain't nobody running around here scared to fight, bro. Like, this shit is what they do for a living, man. No one just needed some up. He said definitely would. Don't hurt my little heart. You get me? Nah, I'm being serious. Shout out to GM. Why that rematch ain't happened? Now go ahead and blame Bud and say it was his fault too, right? Nah, bro. See what I'm saying? Like that duck shit is whack. Yo. Even Canelo, him not fighting Benavidez. If you smart, you know that's a business move. He ain't scared of no damn body. It's a business move. Losing to him is probably bad business. The guy that is a Mexican monster that you said is not on your level and you made excuses not to fight him, man, you mess around and mess up everything you got. That's a business move why Canelo's choosing not to fight him. It's not you really, and there's people out there that's like, nah, just he's scared. He's really scared. No, he ain't. It's business, man. And I think it's bad for Canelo's business for him to lose to a guy that coined himself the Mexican monster, bro. I do. Or be my guy. Too good to see a rematch for me. Yeah. And that's not a knock to him. You know what I'm saying? Mike, it's just people was like, yeah, Earl, or Bud was scared. But people told me that, Bud was scared too. I done talked to people on both sides. I'm like, what makes y'all think that those two guys got to where they got being scared, though? Seriously. That's where I be at with them. Like, the track record should speak for itself. I knew right from the rip the way that they did business was one of the main reasons why it took the fight to be made. Took the fight a while to be made. I knew it. You could tell. It wasn't about nobody being scared. You know what I'm saying, man? I just hate that. It's a bad narrative, man. All that ducking shit is whack. These dudes don't be scared, man. These dudes don't be. That Mike Tyson era over for me, Big Supreme. I don't see it. Not these guys that we talk about every day. Not these dudes we talk about every day. We be convincing themselves like, these lesser guys, these so-called monsters be fighting all these lesser guys that's not scared, but the top guys are scared to fight. I refuse to believe it. I remember they called Bud a duck for thinking about choosing 147 for the rematch. Yeah, they did. Yeah. And he picked 154 and then Spence pulled out a rematch clause. Oh, nah, most people don't even, you hurt some hearts, bro. Hurt some hearts. And, man, my neighbor, a cop, can't do shit to him because I ain't trying to get shot. That's totally different. Hey, stupid. You stupid, bro. Moves made me think he didn't want Spence, just like Canelo didn't want Benavidez. Yeah. I just think I feel you. I just think people didn't, they didn't understand his moves and they felt like it was just in an effort not to be great. But I think when it came time to make the fight, we found out that. I think when it was time to make the rematch, we found out that. Like Dub said, they was ready to call him a duck for saying 47, but even though he cited reasons why it would have been at that weight because he said nobody told him otherwise. Then when he said 54, like you said, the rematch clause was pulled out of, and people went quiet on that too. Shout out to Javi, man, was good with it, fam. Snoopy was good with it. Yeah, at the end of the day, he did. But my point is remains that people try to make him a duck, and that's what a duck looked like. Last time somebody told me a fighter was so scared of another guy, I seen Terrence Crawford go in there and fight Errol Spence. So. But another champion is petrified of you, right? Yeah, you get what I'm saying? This shit just don't make no damn sense no more, bro. Just don't make. Gearsaw right there in the win. He ain't scared of shit, but we about to say Brian Norman is. Brian Norman is about to travel to Japan as a defending champion in foreign soil in a few weeks. If that is not the epitome of betting on yourself, I don't know what it is. But somehow we still going to get on the internet and convince the world, try to convince the world, yeah, Norman is scared. Yeah. Just like Boots was scared to fight Virgil Ortiz. Just those same people are the same ones that said Boots wasn't going in 54 because he was scared of Virgil, right? Nasty work, bro. Nasty work. Nasty, bro. Come on, Just. Come on, what? What's up, Randall? What you say? What's up? I don't know what you mean. Japan when Philly is a bus drive away. I told you, you just making my point for me, Big Supreme. The man showed me text messages of him agreeing to move the fight to a different location for the same money. And we all seen what happened. That never happened. So I just want you to know that I seen that. So we can't just talk about the shit that help us make our talking points. We got to talk about the shit that you don't want to talk about, like the fact that those text messages would have indicated that a lot of the shit that he was saying was spot on, bro, and that they was actually on the same page. When he say he talked to him, he actually talked to him. He wasn't lying. So it is what it is. I think both teams are gonna make the best moves for themselves moving forward. I think that's what they're supposed to do. Anything else will be uncivilized, right? But nobody can't convince me that nobody is scared to fight, bro. Just can't. Like, these dudes ain't running around here scared. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nope. Well, let's get back to this.
So now
let me let this play through. Tay was good.
What's next? What else they saying?
John Smith, thank you
Smoke
for the $5.
Smoke 'em, Norman.
So wait,
Smoke
y'all
'em.
been talking shit about Boots while y'all was making that fight, but they wanted to lock the fight in, and now it's bad business. Y'all soft.
What fight? What fight? What are you talking about? That shit was public. That shit was public knowledge. The man who was making the fight when the man publicly approached my. See, it's all
You missing the point, bro. You just you trying to make your point, so you missing my point. It was agreed upon. I don't want to hear no so shit. Why did he agree to it? So that your question is for that other side. He agreed to it, bro. Why did he agree to it? That's what I'm trying to. See how y'all missed the point. Y'all just be wanting to. I gotta do this stuff. Shout out to my dog.
The man
Shout out to my
publicly
dog.
approached
You're
my
missing the
son
point.
after his last fight. My son told him.
Why agree to it? All right, you asked that question. Why would he agree to it? Why agree to it then? Why agree to it and not do it? Why agree to it? Are you asking yourself that question, or do you want to go ask Bozy why he agreed to it, like the message, and say that was cool? Why did he agree to it and it not happen? My thing is, you too far to the left or to the right. I'm a guy that's more down the middle. I'm talking about both sides. I ain't sided with neither one. My stance is stop trying to paint dogs out to be ducks because y'all don't understand how the business of boxing go, because y'all don't get that he want to focus on the fight that's in front of him. We keep talking about all this other shit that don't matter. It's a matter of if you accept what he's saying as a fight fan, right? If he's telling you, I want this fight out the way and then we can do this, nobody else should have nothing stupid to say. As men, you should be able to say, you should easily be able to say, yo, I respect that. Nah, you got to sign it right now. Y'all just looking for something to argue about. It's nothing to argue about. So it's that simple. And I'm done with it. I'm going to let this play through. Either you're cool with revisiting the fight once he get through his fight, or you don't really want to make the fight that bad. Because don't tell me that it's a one-time offer and the only time I'm willing to negotiate a damn fight is when you already got a fight in front of you. It's foolish. You got a fight in front of you, but yeah, I want to negotiate this fight so much now, not when you done. I don't want to negotiate when you done. I want to do it while you got something lined up. That shit don't seem funny to y'all. You should want that fight after you get his business done. Let's keep going. Simple. It's very simple.
I told him if I can't get his unification bounce, yeah, I give you that. He said, yeah, I give you that. So what are you talking about? That shit happened in real time. You saw that happen at the same time we saw it happen. Also, we still ain't just say, yeah, we're going straight for him. We're still trying to see what else was out there. So, yeah, we ain't just say, oh, let's do it. No. You heard me saying this. We can't make this shit up. We can't make this up. Y'all saw it happen in real time. Jen Sasaki approached my son. My son, Shaw. We took it with a letter. He took it into consideration. He sat there and was like, look, I want the winner. The winner never said nothing. The winner, when the winner was asked about my son's name specifically, ain't none of y'all going to. I told y'all to spam that man and say, we want y'all to shut Brian Norman up. We want y'all to beat him. I told all y'all to do it. Don't nobody listen to me. You feel what I'm saying? Now all of a sudden, here we go back here, and it's back on us. Yeah. He went to my undisputed no damn. He wasn't saying that shit in the interview before. So we gonna see. That's what in all of his interviews before that fight, he kept saying he wasn't even talking undisputed no more. Yeah, we gonna see what I'm gonna be.
My God, that's nice right there,
champion, lineal,
Matador Supreme.
and blah blah blah. Whatever the fuck he was saying, it's bullshit, bro.
That's my guy.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Get shit together.
So
that was next.
He said, so what's next?
Matador Supreme. Supreme Heyman.
That Brooks was fighting to become Spence and Bud's man. Who the hell did he fight?
Thank you, sir. I was over here in the background saying the same thing. Who the fuck did he fight?
He didn't fight the Kings.
No,
wait, hold up, wait. And also during that time period, we still had Sean Porter out there, we still had Ugas out there, we still had Keith Thurman out there. Yeah. So once again, if he was real deal trying to march his way up through the system, why he ain't had none of those fights?
He didn't fight none of those names that left 147. He didn't have those.
But then when he had the chance against Crawford, guess what he did? He done folded up. He said, "Nah, I'm loyal to PBC." It wasn't under that. What happened? But where your heart at?
I got some smoke on the line. I got some smoke. We got Johnny from Philly in the building. What's up, man?
I know there ain't no Chizo gay ass.
Is
that gay ass Ortiz? Is that gay ass?
Y'all need to stop capping, man. Y'all could agree to the fight. Don't say y'all excuse was, oh yeah, we're focused on Japan. Y'all could agree to this fight by the end of the year.
I'm gonna say this again too. For what it's worth, just know somebody else made this shit public all over again, and they literally responded to somebody trying to make shit public. That shit tells me intent all the time, bro. The first thing you do when something not going your way is run to the media and try to convince the world that a dude don't want to fight. That's intent to me. You really want that shit, and he never said no to you, and I know that because you would have said it out your mouth. They never said no. He say not negotiating now. Come on, man. You know what you're doing. You was trying to do enough. You was trying to do enough to get the, you know what I'm saying? Put something out there and people was going to take it and run with it and try to frame him out to be a duck. And that's exactly what they did. They seen this shit a mile away, bro. They seen this shit a mile away.
Y'all could agree to fight.
We did agree to the fight. So
agree to the fight.
What's up?
So y'all agreed to fight him in December. Y'all agreed to fight him in December.
We agreed to the fight. Yes.
Wait. Listen, we did not say no. We just literally agreed. We literally said we just not signed the contract before my next fight.
We agreed to the fight. We just didn't discuss no details of the fucking fight.
Why not? That don't make sense. Why not sign the contract?
Kiss my ass. Let me
I'm the calm person. Go ahead. What you saying?
Shout out to Junior.
I said, why not sign the fight?
Pops ready to crash on y'all.
Okay, brother. So this is why right here. So the last negotiation problem was they were trying to little boy me. They were trying to act like I'm nobody. They were trying to act like I'm not worth this and I'm not worth that. Okay. So now I came back with a third round knockout with the jab at that. I'm coming back again to Japan. I'm gonna be a world fighter. Is your boy a world fighter? He's not.
That's why he fighting Philly. Why he fighting?
Wait, I'm still talking, brother. I'll let you get yours out. I'll let you get yours out, brother. I'll let you get yours out. So now, with that being said, after this fight, negotiations have to be negotiated, my brother. Numbers have to be discussed. Time have to be discussed. I'm not just finna sit here and just sign a whole contract when I got something else going on right now. Now, you tell me, would it be right to focus on the next obstacle? Well, 3 obstacles down the line when you got something lined up right here in front of you. You ain't even get to, you still in 5th grade, you ain't get to 6th grade yet. And you already think about 6th grade.
Bro, in boxing, it happens all the time.
That's the thing, though. Just because somebody else do it don't mean I got to do what the next person do. Y'all act like what he's saying don't make no sense. And that's the part that's pissing me off. Just seeing Ryan Garcia got beat up by Rolly and nobody in here had Rolly outboxing him. All because he wanted to think about what he was going to do to Devin Haney in the next fight in October.
That dude looked at subpar. He didn't look like he trained well. He got beat up. Got the left hook neutralized, speed neutralized, and just looked like a shell of himself all in one night. All because he wanted to focus on the next fight before he made it to his fight. Goofy ass dude. That shit is stupid. They said it was bad for boxing. I seen people reposting what Rolly had to say. How Rolly said it was bad for boxing. But now all of a sudden, Brian Norman is echoing the same sentiments, and we like, nah, you crazy. You supposed to sign it because this happens in boxing. So what? That's all I'm saying. And what dude is, shout out to Johnny. What he's saying ain't wrong. He right. But I'm just saying it ain't like he's saying no. Y'all just trying to force him to do what y'all want him to do the way he want. He doing it his way. And I respect it. He's standing on business. He like, bro, we getting this shit done first, and then we gonna focus on that. Don't try to force me to sign up a fight. No, we gotta get through to Japan, man. That's just that. That's all, bro. You can't respect that. I don't know how hard that is. That's real simple, bro. That's real simple, man. Not at this level. You don't go counting your eggs before they hatch, bro. Your chickens, your eggs, the cart before the horse, however you want to call it, man. You just don't do it. I don't give a damn who done it. I don't care who done it. I don't care. I don't have to do it because somebody else did it. That shit sounds stupid. Monkey see, monkey do. Nah, bro. We just got examples of how guys did it, and they look like shit on the card. Shit, stir fry. Y'all felt like dudes was fighting safe, conservative, and some more shit. Now we want to see Brian Norman do it. We want to see a guy. We want to run the risk of a guy fighting conservative or not going all out. You get what I'm saying? A guy that done made his last two opponents quit. Now we want him to go into his next fight thinking about the next one. Hell no. No, bro. No, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see that. We don't. I want to see Brian Norman give Jin Sasaki 100% of his effort so he can get the right result. Then he get the boots. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Now, if he don't entertain boots after that, then we got a whole different conversation. But don't tell me he got to do it your way. Don't tell me he got to do it your way. No, he don't. No, he don't. And I don't give a damn what fighter did it. Brian Norman ain't here to do it like no other. He doing what's best for him in his career. You can either respect it or you don't. But I ain't about to keep arguing. It is what it is. People want him to sign a fight before being ready for that fight and focus on that fight and not pay attention to the shit that's right in front of them. That's how you lose in sports. You definitely can't treat boxing like that. Scheduling fights ahead is always in bad taste to me, especially big lucrative fights. Now I can see if you was a prospect and you got some run-of-the-mill guy and even that, you mess around and take your eye off the prize for a second and lose, bro. It's not good to do it, bro. It's not good to do it. Shout out to my homie TD Sports Talk. It's a great word, just to salute. Chat be wild. Chat undefeated. They know. I love y'all though. He undefeated. Shout out to TD Sports Talk, man. But like I said, man, ain't nothing he's saying crazy at all. Boots is contractually obligated to fight the WBA mandatory. They agreed was put in before. Hey, man, I'm going to say it. Y'all know I always say it as we getting closer to the end of this show. Smash that like button. Y'all see my guy LWBoxing? Go tap into him if y'all like boxing without the narratives. I got two people right off the bat for y'all. Behind the Hands TV and LWBoxing, bro. Listen to what he's telling you, and y'all can all, if y'all choose to argue after that, or not arguing, because we don't argue over here, we build. But I get y'all reservations, but there's no more. Like, look at what he said. I'm gonna leave that up there for a second. Boots is contractually obligated to fight WBA mandatory next. Giasaw. They agreed. That was in place before he beat Stanionis. That would kind of eliminate a lot of the back and forth that we having now, because we not arguing. Let me not say that. Y'all know I don't argue with my peeps. We build, but that kind of kills everything. It don't even matter what the hell he signed, and that's why I told y'all it's not on Boots or Team Ennis. I'm putting that onus on Eddie Hearn because maybe it's just him trying to answer the question on the spot. But anytime you keep making shit public, the shit that y'all discuss behind the scenes, you're making it public. And then Brian Norman, Team Norman, is getting blamed for responding to it. It's not Team Ennis, it's Eddie Hearn. And I don't think he's doing nothing wrong intentionally, right? He answering questions. He getting interviewed, they asking him questions. But by answering the questions like that, that's what he doing. You get what I'm saying? He putting that out there, bro. So he can't keep doing that. Can't keep doing it. What you mean, who is we? After that, you're going to be ordered to fight Rolly. Right. Right. What you mean? Who was we? What you mean? What I say? I say a lot of shit. I talk a lot. What you mean? You got to be specific, bro. What you mean? But like I said, man, that says plenty. That says plenty right there. Appreciate you, Dub, man. That kind of kills a lot of that going back and forth. Eddie was the weasel. Be knowing what he don't. D for the win. It's funny, bro. It's funny how any other day people will argue against Eddie, but when it fit a narrative, they like, yeah. They're like, yeah, he said you off the snack runts. Memory foggy. Nah, I just don't know what you be talking about. Like I say a lot, yo. I've been talking for 3 hours straight, bro. You think I remember something that you just random talking about who was we? Like, I don't know what I said, bro. I ain't off nothing. I'm off boxing right now. And I'm off people painting these world-class fighters as to beat ducks because they don't understand the business of boxing. That's what I be tripping off. You did? I like Rohan versus Norman Jr. Been calling for that fight. Yeah, they talk too. They talk too. Yeah, but I ain't know what you mean about we. But if you saying basically what you saying is you ain't included, yeah, well, just drop the we and it's me. I don't know what you're talking about. But let's get back to what I was talking about. Yeah, no, like I said, shout out to Dub. Appreciate you, bro. That clears a lot of that up. They could argue in the call if they want. Lee Jackson would it do that, and that's how I know people are conditioned just to speak about what they don't like or what they don't agree with, because not one time did anybody bring up Boots and what his obligations was and what he had going on. They just keep saying somebody didn't sign something, so that means he don't want to fight. Never mind the guy on the other side making an offer at a time when he already got a damn fight lined up. Nah, I was lost, bro. I was lost. I was completely lost. Supreme Ali. Call him Supreme Ali. So Broadway Joe, yeah, Broadway Joe and Rohan. That was listen, him and Norman's a good fight. They could make it fight. Yeah, so nah, with Eddie, see, the only thing I take it with a grain of salt, with Eddie, I don't want to call him a weasel, but when you keep making what you did in public, I mean in private, when you keep making what you did in private a public thing, you get what I'm saying? It's like you keep trying to convince the world that he don't want to fight. I don't think it's that they don't want to fight, bro. You get what I'm saying? And all I'm saying, if you could offer it now, you could offer it 4 weeks from now. I think Boots want the belts, just like he said. But I question, will he ever get it? Like, we can't spend our time blaming Brian Norman the whole time. Shit, Mario Barrios about to fight Manny Pacquiao, and people ain't mad at that at all. Mad at all. I guarantee if that was anybody, we'd be pissed off at him. So it ain't just up for them, too. They ain't the only 2 champions. You got another champion, and he fighting Manny. Manny next, bro. He said, Mario Barrios, all y'all that's mad at Norman, Mario Barrios said, the hell with y'all and y'all unifications, bro. I'm fighting Manny. I don't care about no unification. That's what he said. My dog say. Maybe I cried emoji. Joey say he came a long way. Maybe it's not a weasel, but he definitely a marsupial. You stupid. Not a marsupial, bro. Yeah, Animal Planet. No, he on the Animal Planet. I mean, he out here using the correct terms and stuff. My bad, y'all. But lastly, let's get into the rest of this, though. We almost done, yo. Let me finish. Let him talk this out. Got like 6 more minutes of this, y'all.
Wait. Are you a fighter? Hey, let me ask you a question. I know contract, bro. Yo, let me ask you a question. Is it true or is it not true? In every interview that Boots did leading up to Stanionis' fight, they asked him about every other fighter after that, every other champion. Is it true or not true that he said, I'm focused on what's in front of me, I'm focused on Stanionis, I ain't about none of these other guys? Is that true or not? Yes or no? And I'm gonna send Mill the clip and I'll make him play that. Is that true or not? Yes or no? He most likely did say that. He's focused on Stanionis. Did he say he focused on Stanionis? He said he ain't focused on nobody else but Stanionis, right? Look, you change it. Was there ever an offer agreed upon that got sent to him? Be like, all right, this is the offer. You agreed upon on a certain date. Okay, wait, you're missing it. You're missing the point. The people, wait, you're missing the point. It's just like my son just said, you in 3rd grade, thinking about 6th grade, you ain't in with the 4th and 5th. So wait a minute. Shit got to be discussed first. So if somebody asks you, you got to say you're willing to fight a person before you even get an offer or get anything like that. They asked us, were we willing to fight him? He wouldn't even say yes on that. What are you talking about? It don't even matter.
I would never, I gotta be clear when I say this. I would never drop the link for somebody that I've never seen before, and the first thing they say in my chat is where the link at. I just want you to know that. Not like, yo, what's up to the host, peace to the chat. None of that. You just like, where the link at?
What he said after the conference was the whole thing about. Wait, y'all not listening, bro. Y'all just talking. I'm just shocked. Go ahead. They offered, agreed upon after this fight for agreement to fight. And y'all said, no, we focus on this fight. Like it can't get agreed upon. Like you can't sign a contract to fight him at the end of the year.
Right now, I'm focused on Jensen. We fight him. Right now, I'm focused on Jensen.
Training, but y'all can still fight. Like y'all know after this, y'all get boots.
Right now, I'm focused on Jensen Sasaki. Right now, I'm not worried about anybody else, brother. Same thing Boo said. Same thing Boo said. And let it go. That same thing Boo said. He did say that, you lying motherfucker.
Y'all never sent him a contract during his training camp to be like, this is an automatic date because a contract would have been signed to fight you right after.
Somebody take care of this goofy dude right here.
I'm gonna see the interview. I'm gonna see the interview, but it's not even working.
Yeah, tell him pound for pound. He won't come his whole ass in here arguing. I'm a coward. Yo, I could go in on you right now. Way I've been feeling. I'm gonna let you make it, Goofy.
Go ahead, Dog. This part, man. He was saying, boy, man.
Let me ask you this real quick. Why didn't he boots under contract in the middle of training camp and standing on his to Norman Jr.? They signed the contract after he fought standing on this. They sent the contract. No, during camp. Before he fought standing on this. I don't know.
Yeah, don't say what's up, and then you know he coming to argue. Like you ain't coming to build. You don't even click my link. I wish I would argue with somebody about boxing with all these uneducated ass people, right, bro. The fact that people still be framing guys as ducks the minute a fight don't happen tells me all I need to know about the level of understanding when it comes to boxing that people be having. Because we can't keep doing this after we never learn, bro. We'll never get to it. Yeah, they definitely got a point.
Shout out to Zab.
4 weeks before Chaney on,
glad we can't hear it, lame man.
Man, so look, let me stop that, man. The Normans, man, shout out to them. At the end of the day, I don't think they did nothing wrong. I don't think Team Ennis is in the wrong either. They're doing what they're supposed to do, as I maintained since I started talking about this. The problem is we think in boxing, we can tell people what to do. And when they don't do it, oh, well, you're a duck then because you didn't do what I said, do. Yeah, you could do this. Yeah, but he also, as well as he could sign a contract. But what changes? That shit don't mean nothing. Y'all just searching, y'all fishing, y'all looking to force it. The first thing to do is not run to the media, is to try to really make the fucking fight happen. But he's not doing that. He's running to the media the same way he did last time, trying to convince y'all that a dude don't want to fight, and they never said no. Everything they just said is consistent. I'm not picking a side. That's why I'm able to hear where they're coming from. People picking sides and shit. You gotta like one or the other. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's no sides to pick, bro. They have different notions of how they gonna get their boots. Is doing what he supposed to be doing. He ain't doing nothing wrong. Like they said, when he had Stan Jonas in front of him, it was Stan Jonas and nobody else. That's what he said. And that's what Brian Norman and them is doing right now, but they're making it seem like he's doing something different than what Boots is doing. The fact that people are ignoring that is annoying. So nobody is wrong. That's what I'm saying. Neither guy is wrong. But I think a little bit of games is being played. If you've seen what L-Dub said, contractually obligated Giasov is. Before he even fought Stan Jonas. Why are we blaming Brian Norman? Why? That's how I know people don't care about the truth. They just care about their narratives and what they could push and how they can make a fighter look like something that he ain't. You know what I'm saying? That's weak, man. That's what I'm telling you. He contractually obligated to fight a guy that Eddie Hearn is partially bringing up, but he's not telling you the real. He's not telling you that, though. That's the question that they forgetting to mention. They keep forgetting that. You get what I'm saying? I don't debate on this channel, you weak fool. Get that feminine way of thinking out of here, man. Seriously, man. You about to get something said to you. I don't play like that. I don't debate. I look like debating somebody of boxing. What do I look like? Seriously, though. Seriously, I got enough gray hair, bro. I don't need no more. Goofy. Block that idiot, man. Man, hopefully get soft, take step aside. And that'll be the second time, Roja, because he did it already. He did it once already. You get me? Get that out of here, bro. I don't go you plenty other places. Go somewhere else and argue. Think I'm gonna schedule an argument with one of you, a random weirdo. I wish I would, bro. Like I said, man, I talk real boxing. I ain't got time to argue your point. You know what I'm saying? No, let's build. If you ain't building, you ain't talking to me ever. Folks are too invested. Yeah, it's like, man, bro, it's a lie. Then we fight on that lie. Shout out to the homie, man. Appreciate everybody rocking out, pulling up, rocking out with your boy. Like I said, man, I want to see the fight, so I'm for boxing. Boots Ennis ain't did nothing wrong. Ain't nothing about him, no sucker, no duck. It's just corny, man. You gotta allow people to allow these fights to be made. You gotta stop being tricked by the media tricks, the antics, to trying to fool people into. You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you get what I'm saying? Like, I ain't with that. Stop trying to trick the boxing world into thinking that everybody is scared, man. These grown men be wanting to fight just like anybody else, bro. You get what I'm saying? Shout out to my dog. I want the fight to be fair. Yeah, Sin just brought this on himself when he went on a press tour saying that the Quavers Boots is next. But the thing is, we keep talking about, like, I hear you and what you're saying is right. But can you tell me what Team Boot said when they asked him who next? What did they say? Did they say Team Norman was next? See how that, and I'm only asking because I want you to speak on the other side. I'm acknowledge what you're saying is right. He did say he next. They said that. He admitted to that. He said he was next. But what did they say? Did they also on the other side say he was next? Because they didn't. I know they did. I was listening. They didn't say that. They said we'll see. He's saying a lot, but people ignoring it. Shout out to Talib, Carolina, in this joint. What's good, my dog? I thought I'd get Saute step aside this time after losing his infant daughter this year. Yeah, he gonna need that. He need that bag of and that opportunity for sure. But that's all. That's the piece of information that people are not acknowledging with the Gearsoft situation, Doug. That's why I say in any of these boxing conversations, you want to look at both sides. Oftentimes, we pick a side that we like what they're saying, and that's what you run with, and you disregard all the facts or the point that the guy on the other side is making because you don't like his delivery or you don't like what he said or you don't like how he said that in the interview. It's like we demonizing these dudes. That guy is a father and a trainer of a fighter, a world champion in the sport of boxing, and be making himself readily available to try to answer every question people have. But because they don't agree with it, then they rather diss him. They rather diss him and just say, oh, he just be talking. Oh, he didn't see that. But you can't tell me in all the shit that we listened to today that he was sitting up there lying to you. I'm telling you, man, people just got to listen, look at the full situation, stop being baited. The first order of business shouldn't be to run to the public once somebody told you, like, nah, we ain't negotiating right now. We got to fight. And people are really convincing themselves like, nah, but you can sign it now because this is not worth the argument. It's simple. If you really want to fight that dude now, after June 19th, you should still want to fight him. He's saying y'all could negotiate a week from the fight. What's wrong with that? People are ignoring all that. Do we have to do it now? Is that the only way to make the fight, y'all? Is sign it now? That's the only way, right? Sign it now. That dude fight gets off. I want to see people keep the same energy, bro. I want to keep people see people keep the same energy when he fight gets off because he's already contractually obligated to fight him. And people going to ignore that. They're going to ignore it. They're going to ignore it. Daniel should to get off first. Hell no. I'm glad he stepped out, Big Supreme. Glad he stepped out the way. Get your ass out. Nah, that's the smoke needed to happen, bro. We need to see that. We needed to. But look, man, I side with boxing. I like both fighters. We'll see. We'll see how they get there in the meantime. We'll see, bro. I'll revisit this Teal stuff another time. But shout out to everybody that pulled up, man. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out. Hearn's already said they're not feeding gears off. Fighting, Hearn said a lot of stuff. I don't know. But he ain't say that in the clip I just played. Definitely ain't. You know what I mean? Nah, I mean, he stepped aside. He stepped aside so Boots and Stanionis could happen, Big Supreme. He stepped aside, and there you go. You know, he took that step aside money. Like Dub said, he probably won't do it twice, but that's what Eddie Hearn not going to tell y'all. So when they fight, when they go and fight a guy that they was contractually obligated to fight, he's going to blame Brian Norman. And just like some people being gullible, they're going to believe it. Oh, man, you could have fought Boots. The only reason Boots is fighting him is because Brian Norman didn't want to fight him, and they're going to run with that. They're going to run with it because people are easily manipulated. You know what I'm saying? In the media, you got to stop letting these people fool you. These are real fighters that we talking about. That's all I'm saying. You talking about a guy in Brian Norman that made his last 2 opponents quit. Pretty much beat the fight out of one and made the second one quit. Yeah, he's scared of people, right? Damn, that shit crazy. Boots beating the fight out of people as well. Made a undefeated world champion quit. He's scared to fight somebody. Mike Kirkland, my brother, man. Good lie, but I'm team Boots to the wheels fall. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I feel you, but for me in this situation, Mike, for me, I'm team boxing. I'm team boxing because I like both fighters. You know what I'm saying? Boots been putting on at 147 before Norman hit the scene, so I'm gonna always rock with him. And I feel like Brian Norman at the same time, he's doing everything a fighter's supposed to be doing, but we kind of missing it because of how things are made public now with the social media and the YouTube and being able to get information out there and ASAP and quick time. You seeing people use their platforms and their opportunities to speak to the media to manipulate, or to speak to the fans to manipulate, or not. So they leave important context clues out. And like I said, with this situation, like the Gearsoft thing, he's bringing it up, but he ain't really letting you know that how much of a reality that is for that fight to be next, possibly. And I've heard him say it in other interviews, but he didn't acknowledge it in the one that I played earlier. So it kind of lets you know some games are being played. But the reason why I say I'm team boxing, because I see substance in both teams and camps. And I think if people just acknowledge what Norman Sr. is saying, it's not unrealistic for them to wait until that fight is out the way. Like, that's what people are not saying. They're making it seem like he's saying something crazy, like, or he making some wild stipulation, and that's not the case. So for me, I'm willing to hear both sides. You get what I'm saying? And I can understand wholeheartedly why he would not want to focus on something that he's not doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And kind of overlook, because any misstep and they lose, people gonna write them off completely, you know? So man, it's tough. It's tough, man. But I'm rooting for boxing to make this fight. You know what I'm saying? The truck manager, it could be why Eddie talking about Norman, he doesn't want to pay Gearsaw. Yeah, man. Eddie's slick, man. Eddie's a slick guy. But I do think he got Boots in a good position. Shout out to Mike Kirkland. I feel you, bro. I feel you. I feel you, man. I definitely feel you, man. I feel you, bro. I feel you. But nah, you know, people love them some Boots, bro. He give you every reason to, man. I mean, look how he performed. Look at his last fight. I get it, you know. But for me, I think it's my job to try to be I don't gotta try. I'm down the middle. I'm not siding with one. Like, I will never tell you that Boots in this is ducking anybody, because that's not true. But the same could be said on Norman. So, like, that's all I'm saying. That conversation was for both of them for boxing. Like, stop prejudging and throwing jackets on fighters. We never gonna get the fights we looking to get if we think everybody's scared the minute negotiations happen and the fight don't take place. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of lame. So I just want people to open their minds a little bit better, a little bit, you know what I mean, a little bit more, and really like hear the other side of it. It's a flip side of it. Everything ain't about trying to duck, but it's a lot of smoke and mirrors in this game of boxing. It's a lot of games being played, a lot of gamesmanship from promoters to, you know, the fighters, you know. It's a lot of BS, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I just be trying to sort it out. But I think if nothing else, right, just look at Brian Norman Jr., the fighter. What has he shown you with the fights that you've seen from him? He's showing you that it could get rough for him and he could figure it out. He's showing you that he could win against all odds when people counting him out. He's showing you the ability to get better, to perform better under the lights. Like, you see no quit in him. You see no sucker in him. There's nothing about Brian Norman that says I don't I don't want the smoke or he don't want the smoke. You get me? He want to fight. That kid want to fight, man. And I think Boots just want to be great. He's made it clear. So we're going to see. But like I said, man, he talking that Teofimo stuff, Eddie Hearn. So y'all got to don't just talk about a piece of what he said. Talk about everything. He also making that as an option for him too. Letting you know, man, because that's a winnable fight for sure. He's going to hurt Tio. He going to hurt him. And Norman is a more competitive fight, in my opinion, and made the best man win. So, I mean, look, there's some people that seen them sparring sessions, and, you know, I got some different stuff out there about them. So it is what it is. At the end of the day, I side with boxing. I rock with both fighters, both teams. I don't have a bad word to say about them. Dudes are allowed to see things differently and move differently. Everybody ain't got to make the same kind of move. So we're going to focus on what one team say. You got to look at what the other team is saying as well. But I think when it's all said and done, the best way to prove that they the guy is through each other. Yeah, Norman. I mean, Norman could fight a Barrios, say if he got the opportunity right or whatever the case. But you know, or better yet, a Boots could fight a Barrios. But at the end of the day, all roads lead through them. Is why them two dudes got the titles. They the guys. They what 47 is. They made 147 is entertaining is what it is, especially with the last couple performances from both. So let's just keep having fun. Let's build them. Be Norm 2 division champ versus Xander. That'd be a good fight, though, man. Shout out to my sis, Melanin Queen, man. I appreciate everybody, all the support. Much love to y'all. This is another dope build. We're going to cover some other stuff tomorrow that we didn't get to today. Y'all know we just going to keep it moving. So, again, if you didn't hit that like button, make sure you do. If your notifications ain't on, make sure they are. If you didn't support the grind, make sure you do. And share their lives. And most importantly, man, enjoy the rest of this good Monday. And I'll see y'all all tomorrow at 4 p.m. You know what I mean? You stupid. I think it's the opportunity, bro. I think it's hard to turn on a Pac-Man fight. And he looking like food, Cal. Let's be honest. You get a faded champion. You get to put that on your resume and make a bag doing it, Cal. It's probably hard to turn it down. So I get what Barrios and his team doing. I get it. Like Bill Shakur said, the big homie. I think Norman Senior said the same way with Boots. Listen, it's possible. But I hope time revealed all things, bro. And I hope we really get it. You get what I'm saying, Mike? Because that's what boxing deserve. I think they both deserve a shot at each other to see who the better guy. Because I think the winner out of that fight wins the division out, in my opinion, if given the opportunity. See how your shirts are being mailed out. Yes, sir. Shout out to my baby girl. And if you order this shirt, it will be to you this week. I appreciate all the support. Lamarcus, my homie. Yeah, Will Barrios can't make 147. He got to drop anyway. He fighting July 19th, bro. Pacquiao and Barrios is July 19th date for them to fight. So he gonna have to make it if he want to fight him and want to remain a champion. So I don't know where you got that from. I ain't hear he couldn't make 147, but we'll see. But again, much love to everybody. Enjoy the rest of the Monday, and I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Peace to the fans.
Yo, you know the deal. We back again. We never slacking. Word 'em up. Ladies and guys, whether if you drunk or you high, it's time to pay respects to the illest man alive. If you think you got a point, he'll shrink you down to size. And from there it's downhill like a slinky or a slide. Open your eyes, got a deep connection with the rise, so you might see them jump in whenever they go live. Peep it, this channel blowing up now, it's not a secret. With tons of exclusive interviews to listen to. Them other channels I hate, but yo, they missing clues. They start narratives, sip the goose and twist the truth. It don't take a rocket scientist to get the proof. Just click the live at 4 p.m. Eastern time. But when you chime in, make sure you keep it kind. But if cowards want to debate, then it's feasting time. My man Jusdu shine busy all the time. Grind 24/7, 365. Videos he might have 365. My rhyme sick, they make you do a 365. You get a rich if you think you fit to survive. It's Jusdueboxing, time to click the live. Ain't no beginners, if you soft, you ain't down to ride. I crush you, respect too, it's Jusdu. He got the illest boxing show on the internet. The boy been a threat and he ain't even had dinner yet. Word 'em up. Yeah. You know what time it is. $4 p.m. Eastern. Click the link.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Just Do Boxing, the best boxing talk on YouTube.
Just Do Boxing in the building, 4 o'clock shorty, man. Y'all make sure y'all check him out. He's going to be live today at 4 o'clock, man. And he's going to be spewing some good stuff as he always do with an unbiased approach, man. He's probably the most unbiased channel on YouTube.
What's going on? And one of my favorite channels, if y'all into that pugilistic perfection, if y'all into that boxing, that's that boy Just Do Boxing here on YouTube. Make sure y'all check out Just Do Boxing, the only unbiased boxing channel on YouTube, because I am definitely biased when I talk about boxing. So
as always, we got to shout out everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to my brother Just Do. Y'all make sure y'all go sub to Just, man. Just doing a hell of a job over there. Had a great interview today. The brother, and I say it respectfully, one of the most non-biased individuals that I've ever heard speak on the sport of boxing. And I got a lot of love and respect for my brother Just, man. And right now, we're going to give him his Just Due. Shout out to my brother Just Do, man. Much love and respect.
In the building. Make sure y'all subscribe to Just Do Boxing.